And we're live. As usual, wait a moment for me to share link stream Twitters. Boop. So last time on Wrath of the Righteous, we've just finished securing, quote unquote, Canabrese's place in the world by saving its ruins. We got to the Ward Stone with the help of a bunch of allies that we got from traveling all over the city. We get to the Ward Stone, we use our mythical angel powers to save all the angels and or cleanse them. We cleanse the bad angels, save the good ones, beat the crap out of a demon. I feel like we're a bit overpowered, either as a party or as characters. And I don't think it's linked to our mythic powers. And I'm not sure I can pinpoint where exactly in the party is the overpowered bits. Because even though I switched the party around quite a little bit, we still seem to be steaming through all the encounters we get to. Maybe we're just powerful characters for some reason. Anyway, after we've just secured Canabrese, we had a party where Queen Galfrey came by. Then she appointed me commander of the 5th Crusade because she felt like it. And we have to retake Dresden. That's pretty much it. And I'm kind of worried about it because, as you kind of saw last stream, I'm not too sure this is a good idea to just willy-nilly start Crusades without seemingly any preparation or forethought. Especially since this is the number 5, so it doesn't give me good odds. 1 out of 5, yeah. I'm not out, Feels like I might be the fall meant for something. I'm so suspicious of Camelia's allegiances because we still don't know much about her. We have a bunch of places to visit because now that the Canabrese is secured, we can do all these quests we gathered inside the city about visiting places outside the city. Anyway, let me just write the most insightful comment you've ever seen. Look at that. Amazing. Anyway, let me get a game and my headphones. Can you look at, as you can see, the mirror where we last left off. Exactly where we last left off. Up. Yeah. We should have to replace what's his name again? Darian? The Oracle guy. He should have left by now. He kept telling us that he was going to leave. Let me see. No, he's still here. Darren. Oh. Also, we're almost level 6. That's nice. Let me level people up. Then yo. Yep. Spell focus evocation. How about instead you take Scroll Scribe? No, wait, you don't really have that. Meta Magic? No. Skill Focus? Maybe. Simple Weapon Proficiency? Nah. Sure, let's take Evocation. Is that a good school of magic to focus in? Guess so. Haste and Displacement, that's good. Good spells. Also, we have a mythic level to take. Yep. Let's see. Abundant casting, that's pretty good. Archmage armor, that's fine. Elements, no. Meditation, healing. Elemental barrage. Energy damage to a creature. You apply elemental mark to it. If during the next 3 rounds you deal energy damage to a marked target with a different type of energy, the target does additional divine damage. That's good because she's going to be an evocation character. Up. Thank you. And also because she's a scroll scribe, she could be able to easily make use of that. Be a shaman, sure, Camellia. Trickery. You don't need stealth, do you? Or I guess you have high dex, so that's fine. You get only 2 points per levels. Okay. Toughness, that's trash. Warrior Priest. Initiative and concentration. Shield Bash, that's all useless. Scribe Scrolls, Piranha Strike. That's useful. Yoink. Nice. Also mythic stuff. She's pretty much just a melee character with a bit of magic. Let me see. A bunch of shots. Extra attacks. Range weapon. Hit the target to leave a mark. Any ally, that's good. That's good. Leading strike. You should have high initiative. I want to re-roll or retrain Wolgif so we can get to Arcane Trickster earlier. As soon as level 4, I think we can get to Arcane Trickster levels. So he can get 2 levels whenever we get to level 6 instead of just 1 level. So he should be able to cast higher level spells. So we have to take a look around the camp, apparently. Let me speak with people instead. Allow me to congratulate you on your victory. I'm acquiring mythical powers capable of casting down the strongest demons. They know about that? Everybody knows we have mythical powers now? Have you decided to join the Crusade? I have decided not to, I'm afraid. My path and the path of the Crusade lead in the same direction, but, alas, they're not yet one and the same. After the demons were driven away from Canabrese, the path into the world wound became open, if only temporarily. I'm planning on using this opportunity to visit. The elf falls silent. Doesn't matter now. I'd hate to bore you with the details of my venture, which may prove useless even for myself. However, I'll try to return to the Crusaders and aid them in their confrontation with the demons after I'm done. I hope to meet you again. I've got that page for you in the garrison. The storyteller carefully takes the page from your hands. His fingers touch the ancient letters gently, examining them lightly, following their lines. I see myself. Young, energetic, able to see. Oh gods. Have I found the key to my past? Finally, I'll find out what of my own mind has been hiding from me. The elf's expression becomes withdrawn. The wrinkles on his face soften. Thank you, me, Arthur, and please follow me to my story. Let us embark on this journey together. They're leaving. The people of Kyonin faced the coming earthfall and admitted that they were incapable of handling the disaster. Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, and skilled healers. All of them hurried to the gates of Sovirian? Sovirian. I'm not sure what that is. First time I've heard of it. Looking around fearfully. A clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided not to fight for Golarion. I'm ashamed, and I'm sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of the catastrophe. But my will is strong. I am staying. My kinfolk are looking for me angrily. How dare I diminish their decision with recklessness? My distrust makes them cowards, traitors of their own home. One of them, my former mentor, looks at me bitterly. He hands me a neat notebook with a tree bark cover, in case you change your mind. With a heavy sighs, he returns to the line of those departing. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I watch the gates of Soverian's stone close, separating me from them. It's time for me to go too. I open my master's notebook. These are his notes about traveling between worlds. In case you change your mind, I hope the burden I shouldered voluntarily will be too much. He hopes. I will lose heart and find my way to Sovirian. Sovirian. That'll never happen. My mouth said stubbornly. I tear my master's notebook to pieces. I use my forced pride as a shield against my fear of what is to come. Why did the elves decide to flee, not fight? They're afraid to lose what they have. They were rulers, long-lived and powerful. They valued their lives and sunshine too much to stay into the fight with the aftermath of Earthfall. Your mentor is a mage? Then you must be too, yes? Yes, I'm an archmage, and this title is well deserved. I've acquired delicate mastery and succeeded in many areas of magic, but curiosity is always what pushed me forward towards new knowledge since the first day of my apprenticeship. What is Soverian Stone? A magnificent crystal bent into an arc by a mighty hand of an ancient divine creator. Our great gate to other worlds. It breathes powers. It dreams of eternity. Why are you angry at your fellow elves? I spent many hundreds of years in Kyonin. I've always admired the way my kinfolk cared for the forest that was our home. But the rest of the world seemed to mean nothing to them. But I love Golarion. All its places, all the forms it manifests in. I traveled widely and then came home and told my kinfolk about my travels. But they weren't interested. They only cared about Kyonin. Their lack of desire to hear about the wider world makes me sad and angry. What happened next? Earthfall happened at night. I'm standing at the top of my tower, many miles to the north of Kyonin. I see a blaze far in the south. I hear a horrendous rumble. The air is groaning, giving way to a huge rock, rushing down on my world. And then, a blow. Vibration that penetrates everything, reaching down into the bowels of Golarion and up the vaults of the sky. Crunching bones, blood from burst vessels filling my eyes with darkness. Drowning in timelessness, along with countless denizens of Golarion. Never before have we been so united in our feelings. When I come around, the darkness remains. My first theory about that is, I am blind, but no. Little by little, I begin to see stone wall. I'm alive. But why is it so dark? The answer is quick. The smell of ash everywhere. The great burnt sacrifice filled the air with incinerated particles of what was recently the continent of Aslant. Great clouds of ash covered by the sky, cutting us off from the sun and the moon, dooming us to dusk at day and complete darkness at night. My heart sinks with fear. Treacherous thoughts fill my mind. Why did I stay? Why didn't I run like everyone else when I had the chance? I clenched my teeth and set up to watch Earthfall. Proudly, like the last Archmage of Kyonin should. Will my world really perish like this? Will I perish? No. That'll never happen. I'm still alive and I can fight Earthfall in the darkness. Not run from it in a blind panic like my kinfolk and my cowardly teacher, but what can I do? I will not stop the disaster. I will hardly be able to save empires from the destruction, but what can I do? I am but one Archmage, powerful and weak at the same time. What is Earthfall? A disaster of untold proportions. An unborn planet dropped on Golarion by blind fate or someone's evil will. A blow so strong that the continent of Aslant is destroyed within moments. Turned to ashes, wiped off the face of Golarion. In this burnt sacrifice, clouds of ash and dust are born, stealing our sun. Without the warmth of our star, the air cools, the soul is barren, dark creatures crawl out of the layers to rule. And the most frightening thing, without the sun, all hopes dies in the heart. The Age of Darkness. The 1,000-year period in which the sun's light was blocked with ash. It began with rain of meteorites summoned from the sky. During the Age of Darkness, all major civilizations across Golarion were destroyed, ushering in a time of anarchy and destruction. What was that tower you mentioned? It's my retreat to the north of Kyonin. My home away from home, my observatory. When to stop, I watched the stars and, when they were correctly aligned, the other worlds as well. Here in the northern wastelands, I found the highest mountains and built a tower on top of it. On clear days, I could see the mist over the lake of mists and veils in the east. That's how high I was. What are you gonna do next? I don't know, I need to think. My opponent, Earthfall, is much stronger than me. Without noticing, the storyteller raises his voice to a shout. It is merciless. It does not simply destroy life, it kills an era, ending the greatest of Golarion civilizations. They will sink into oblivion, be forgotten as if they never existed. I need to think. The elf suddenly winces and is silent for a few moments, as he calms his heavy breathing. So he's going to remember them, research them, remember them, pass it on to us in the present, future. Forgive me, I should have raised my voice. This story was much harder than many before it, most likely because I played the main role in it. It's so strange to see myself feel the emotions stirring me up inside. Those that I felt a long time ago, and not remember them. It's like I split. I became both the storyteller and the main character. Too bad the story ended at that moment. Please, if you find all the pages covered with ancient elven writings on your travels, bring them to me. I might be able to shed some light on my past, and we'll find out how my story ended, perhaps even why I forgot. Tell me about Earthfall. They're leaving the... Oh, wait, well, okay. Oh, god dang it. Again. What are you gonna do next? Thank you. Okay. I have to go. Next, Nenyo. Okay, she doesn't want to talk to me. Nura, then do we heart's tent. So here we are. This is my tent. Tirabade's tent. Eagle Watch, Amber. Nura. The field medic. The chapel tent. Encampment of Canabrise's soldiers. Neuroscience recruits encampment. Uh-oh. We have factions already in the Crusade. God. Which direction should my camera be in? I'm not sure. This is Tirabade's tent. Let's stop by here. This is mine and Anivia's tent. We're both used to traveling, but the Queen insists our tent be finished like a commander's office. Massive bed is clean and neatly made. Only commanding officers are allowed such luxury during marches. We're marching? I guess we are. This is a camp after all. The storyteller has a magical effect on him. Hello, recruit. I need to talk to you? Give me my own stuff. The Queen gave us an order, and we can't let her down. Okay. We take Dresden. What kind of weapons do we have? Regular weapons. Okay. So we're worse armed than the shitty-ass devil. We have at least masterwork weapons. Hello, Crusader, anything to tell me? It's an honor. Okay, thanks. Crusader Eagle Watch. The demons will pay for everything they've done. Crusader recruit. Yoink.
Let us be off.
Let us be off. Yes. Hey, some horses. So we have at least a mounted contingent. Okay. Recruits, horses. There's a thing happening in the middle. Darren. Ah, there you are, you dashing troublemaker, you. Our short acquaintance is coming to an end. Very soon I will depart on your crusade, where you'll scrape by on horrible rations, struggle vainly to fall asleep amidst snoring soldiers, be rudely awoken by the freezing cold, and have to look upon the dour faces of self-righteous prigs, before finally perish in the maw of some demon. I have a journey ahead of me too. I have just written a sailboat in the south. I have also hired an excellent chef, and a host of other entertainments. Well, to each their own, I suppose. He paused, then suddenly adds in a more serious voice. You know, I'm genuinely sad to see you go. If it sounds like mockery, forgive me. I cannot switch off my venom gland down at a whim, you see, but you intrigue me. If only we can spend a little more time together, but of course, not under these conditions. Let the Crusaders and demons have at each other. With any luck, they'll take this entire sanctimonious spectacle down with them. You could have stayed in my party. I would have liked you to stay. If you feel like you don't belong here, go, but I'd like to see you again someday in the future. We get to know you better. You can throw a banquet for me to celebrate our victory in Dresden, what do you say? Victory in Dresden, your optimism is so charming. Well, should you prove lucky enough to survive by some miracle, come and find me. I shall even remember you. No promises though. In any case, I intend to wait until the army departs. I do love a good send-off, especially when it is I who is staying and someone else who is heading off to meet a dreary and hopeless end. Sometimes it does one good to ruminate on the unfairness of life. Well then, farewell, Commander. Ah, that's my title. I'm the Commander. Okay. I assume I shall be your most precious memory on this most disgusting and exhausting road to the pointless slaughter of battle. Or, if not the most precious memory, then at least the most stirring. Can I talk to you again? Not really. Okay. A bunch of recruits. The actors that I saved.
Let's move.
Ayo. A well-dressed old dwarf is lecturing a motley company, shaking her ladle at them belligerently. Noticing you, she flings up her hand. Good afternoon, your commanderousness. You remember us? We're from the next door theater company. Yeah, I remember. That you saved in Kinderbreeze back when you weren't your commanderness yet. As you can see, we've come on the campaign with you. We signed up to clean pots and made the soldiers' clothes. Oh. Okay. A theater is expensive. Are you actually going to make plays, or? Speaking of a theater is expensive, so we all have to take side jobs. But we don't stop what we're doing. We're gonna put on a play about your legendary feats. Of course, the crowd scenes are difficult. We can't find the people to play the hordes of demons. And we decided against using a ritual to summon real demons. Luckily, we have Master Kem. He's invented a way to solve this problem using sound. We got a pig and some piglets who ran away from a burnout village. We put the piglets in a box and scared them a little, and the sound they make is just like approaching a demon horde. But the most important question is, of course, choosing the lead actor who will play the Great Knight Commander. We had a knight Barney over this, breaking a number of lances as well as shovels, a rolling pin, and a set of back scratchers. But we just couldn't decide no matter what. Evie, you can help us. We have two candidates that are the most fitted for the role. One will have the honor of conveying your heroism upon the stage. I'm to be played by a gnome, a cyclops. Don't you have any other actors, one who even vaguely resemble me? What about a gnome? Not a gnome, two gnomes. Wumbledum and Harryfant are twins. One of them sits on the other's shoulder and puts on a long coat. But they can play tall characters. They switch places every so often, so each gets a moment of fame. And that way they each only have to learn half of the script. The Cyclops actor? He's completely tame, believe me. He has a few issues with articulation, but what a powerful physique. We'll make him a nice costume, wash him up, brush his hair. Truth be told, in our show, you may need just make a short heroic exclamation at the fateful moment, like onward, or we'll never give up, or my heart burns with courage. Lamkin can definitely handle the script. Don't you have any other actors who vaguely resemble me? We're a small and poorly funded theater, and we only have a few actors, but they're also talented, one of a kind. Okay, I've made my decision. Lambkin, Cyclops, you can have the role. Wonderful. Sorry we took you away from all the important things heroes and commanders do. We're off to rehearsals. I mean, first we might wash some pots, then we're off to rehearsal. Let's go, guys. Yay. Hey, Lan.
Follow me.
Hey, what are you looking at the sky for? You think winged demons are about to fall on us? Is that a tiefling? A tiefling in the Eagle Watch, or is that just his helmet? Maybe they will, but I actually like looking at the sky. Hey, Lan. Hey, me. I was trying to say the Knight Commander really commands the Knights really fast, and I almost twisted my tongue. The Knight Commander commands the Knights. The Knight Commander commands the Knight. The Knight Commander commands the Knights. Is that good? Or am I just not doing it right? Doesn't seem that hard. That's Lan. We have Woljif. I have missed Amber. Somehow. Amber, I'm back. Almost missed you. Anything to tell me? Also, Beth, what are we doing here, by the way? These are the fighters of the Eagle Watch. I personally chose everyone that's standing here, and I'm ready to vouch each of them. Okay, so we have to visit the encampments. Next, Stripes and Scylla. Up. Let's go.
What's that?
Well, a letter. Long perception check succeeds. McKenna-Breeze be damned. Damned. You guys are gonna say it wasn't that impressive? And I shouldn't be the Knight Commander? Hey, and it will level up. Oh, that's a Samurai extract. Let's go back up. McKenna-Breeze be damned. Unfinished letter. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Crusaders letter home. Got it. I spit on the streets of Kennebriz. I spit on its granite walls and stained glass windows. If tomorrow the ground trembles, split apart and devour this cursed city, I will not shed a tear. Not here, not a single soul deserves any compassion. Everyone who lived in this city is a criminal. If there were any justice in this world, every one of them would be hanging from the gallows, Prelate Halwyn and Queen Galfrey chief among them. Ask anyone on the street what they know of mongrels. The answer will be dumb silence. Mongrels, blah 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 blah. As a reward for their heroism, the city leaders exiled them to us, something about the mongrels. And if any pretend that today's city leaders aren't responsible for the crimes of their grandfathers, then I will spit in their face for the grandchildren of the exiled. So one of the mongrels, or a mongrel sympathizer, or a mongrel, I don't know, a mongrel agitator is trying to undermine my crusade by bringing them up, by bringing their fate up. Aren't the Mongols a part of the crusade now? Aren't they back up overground? No? Maybe? A group of soldiers is talking loudly, laughing joyfully, and passing around a flask. So picture this. My sword is by the fire, there's 2 goblins about to snatch it, and 3 more are digging through my tent. And I'm sat in the bushes wearing just my mail shirt, wondering what the blast to do. An old mercenary taught me about the mail shirt. You can't sleep in armor, but it's not so bad in mail, once you get used to it. Too bad no one told me not to go into bushes without my sword. So what do? What did I do? I bark like crazy. Goblins are afraid of dogs, you know. So they all went wild and started running around. I spot my sword, and they spot me. So I jump over the fire, wearing nothing but my mail shirt, and I grab my sword and I yell in a big tough voice, "Oh, Inheritor, grant me the power to crush these filthy creatures." My sword shining, the goblins are screaming. I jump to attack them and they fight back. Oh, they fight back? I thought they would flee. Okay. But I fought them off somehow. But ever since then, I never take a step without my weapon. Ah, that's some story. Hey, stop gulping. Leave some for us. Won't you just set off and you're already drinking? And with the queen at the camp, she's here? Stop this at once. Please snaps to attention. Scylla raises the flash and says loudly, "Right you are, Commander Tirabade. We are but drinking to the queen's fate. Scylla, show some discipline." My apologies, Commander. That's better. You're a paladin in my army, not a mercenary on a raiding party. Make sure you act like it. Be lawful, Scylla. Hey, your stripes. So all animal companions going to just hang around their assigned companion? Fighters that Her Majesty brought from the capital. But they're only recruits. But that's alright, we'll bring him up to speed. This is the queen's tent? Where's the queen? Isn't she here? How do you say that? Hey, whatever. Heal medic. Nura Dendiwar's tent. My tent. Okay, so we have almost explore the entirety of this place. Chapel tent. That's new. So the camera is all screwed up. These are the Knights of Canaries. All that's left of the Hoarders that were billeted by the city. In the city. Okay. First, Iomedae, now another upstart commander. Our queen sure does like them wet behind the ears. Well, it turned out alright with Iomedae, right? What do you say, sir? Nothing, Commander Iomedae. Happy to serve. It's an honor. Yeah, that's right.
Let us be off.
Now, what's in the chapel? We have this tent to be used as our chapel. Even the less pious crusaders will come here to say their prayers before the final battle is upon us. I've seen it happen in previous campaigns. Oh, shrines to all the gods. Altar of Serenray, the healing light. The goddess of the sun, healing and redemption. Altar of Desna, the great dreamer. The goddess of freedom, travels, luck, and dreams. This place has been sanctified. You can protect the area around it from corruption of the abyss. Altar of Iomedae, the light of the sword. The goddess of justice and valor, and the patron of the Crusaders. Altar of Rastil, old Deadeye. The god of hunting, farming, and the quiet pastoral life. Altar of Turag, the dwarf god. Do the elves have a god? I don't think they do. We've never heard about them. Hey, I'm back. So, Woljif, I have not seen you. What are you doing right now? Our tieflings inside my camp. Do we have any merchant? This is the supply train, and this is our quartermaster, Wilsor Garms. Go to him for supplies. Yes, 3 cheers for the commander. Now answer my questions. Where are the mail shirts? According to the paperwork, we're supposed to have... Oh, hey, Holger's Graham is here. I personally disposed the money for them in the treasure's armory. Hey, he's sponsoring the Crusade too. Good job, dude. Good job. Can you finish your dialogue before I interrupt you guys? Jernaf. Eagle Watch Crusader. Is Taunton's Vane's brother not here? And why are these hardtacks in the bales that are supposed to be filled with corned beef? I demand answers. Uh-oh, do we have corruption already? That was fast. Your corned beef's in the cooking pot. Turns out it was from last year. It needs to be eaten before it spoils. We're saving the hardtack for now. As for the mail shirts, they're on our troops. That's what they're for, aren't they? Now for me to rest my Jaxion when the lads are heading off to battle soon. Okay. Hey, Garm. Oh. The burly soldier with an impressive beard greets you with a broad smile. Well, Sir Garms, the camp's quartermaster at your service. How may I be of help? Tell me about yourself. There isn't much to tell, really. I was born in the Canaries in a humble family. I got an education, taught myself to read and write. Ooh. Got drafted into the army, spent 3 years as a shield bearer in the first line. I left after I did my time and joined the Stonemasons Guild, then moved on to the shipwrights and rose to a crew chief. Sailed to Iomedae twice and returned with goods. Made some money, built a house, but I haven't started a family yet. I think I will after we're done with this war. But a few years ago, something started gnawing at me. I got this feeling like I need to go home, that there was a storm headed for my native city. And when you stumble in Mendev, there's only one thing to do. You go to the recruiter and sign up for the army, and so I did. At first they wanted me to make me an infantry sergeant, but then they decided it would better fit in the supply department. I can take care of army property, and I'm pretty handy around the warehouse, not to mention I know how to manage a band of helpers. So I became quartermaster. What are your duties, exactly? A little bit of everything. What an officer to a soldier. A strict father. What does this make a quartermaster like myself? Something like their mom, so that's what. I make sure the lads have everything they need to defeat the enemy and come back from battle in one piece. That means food, firewood, medicine, tents, mended clothes, fixed weapons. Can I supply my army with magical trinkets? The horses have got to be fed and watered, the camps got to be fortified by evening, and Pokemon by morning. Don't we have clerics for healing instead of medicine? I guess they can use first aid, but whatever. And then there are reports. Gods, until you ask, I never realized how many duties I actually had. Make sure the wages are paid on time, the wagon's wheel don't squeak. How does armies work? Are we going to have to manage an army? How does that work if we have clerics to resurrect people and heal them and stuff? And mages. I guess mages can be like worse or better archers if you depends how it works. I guess they can also buff the other troops. What do the soldiers think of the new commander? How's morale? They mostly tell about your unusual power, but they don't shy away from talking about you as a person. Soldiers are always like that. If Iomedae herself descended from heaven, you bet they joke around about how she grips her sword and how good she looks in her armor. The soldiers believe the gods favor you, and it wasn't a coincidence you gain your power in the Great Garrison. Show me what you have. Oh, some stuff. Expensive stuff. Dang. Great Club, daggers, some +1s. A bunch of +1s. Composite +1. Hey, +2s too. Ruse has a dart, a scimitar, long spear, long sword, black dragon's fang. A +3 acid damage. And all the enemies in the 20 foot area. Dang. Falcata, Sai, Falchion. Get stuck. That could be for Camellia. +1 speed extra, critical hit, dexterity, morale bonus. Let's see, heavy shield, painful remorse. +2/+2. Spiked. Medium armor, scale mail. 10% chance, that's good. Bucklers, heavy shield. Do we have full plate finally? Hey, we do, even +1 full plate. And it's affordable. I'll take 2. 5,000, I won't. I'll just loot them off the battlefield somewhere. We're not hurting for stats. Oh, mithril chain shirt. Dang, +2. Oof. Oh, we have mithril equipment and adamantine equipment? Jeez. Rock of Nature, Dawn of Light, Tower Shield. How about magical trinkets? Ring of Protection. Just 1. Agile Fist, Mighty Fist, Jousting. Declares a night challenge, he gains a +2 damage bonus against the challenged enemy. Okay. Rough Landing. Against flying enemies. And dueling. Combat maneuver. Defense. And some lockpicks. Okay. I can sell a bunch of stuff. Here I have a bunch of weapons. A sword by... I don't know. Date. Doesn't really matter. Cold Iron Masterwork. Dagger. The Icebreaker Battle Axe. The Tempex Double Axe. The Warhammer. Sell them all off. The Flail. Heavy Flail of Weakness. Wait, don't sell the torches. Give me those. Might need them someday. You never know. All these weapons I'm not going to be using. That's 27,000 bucks. We can sell these plates. No need for them. Heavy pulse, kinetic stuff is all fine. I can sell the books too. I've read them all. Up. That's a head. A severed head. You have no idea how these terrifying remains ended up among your belongings. In Defender's Heart. Okay. I'm just gonna get this off. Oh wait, I just sold the lockpicks. Get them back, please. There they are. Gimme. Sell. Hopefully I can use all this money once we get to Crusade mode. If it's like Kingdom mode. Hey, Gorm. The Queen's expecting you, Knight Commander, so I shall not detain you. We can talk later after our Sovereign departs. Hey, Woljif. You know what the Queen does to people who keep her waiting? Well, where is she? Good day, do you remember me? I'm Verna, we spoke in Defender's Heart. So you're the commander of the Crusade now. Erasol knows it's hard to imagine someone worthier taking up the post than the savior of Kenabreeze. May the good gods help you prevail. Who are you? The priest of Erasol. Have you gained powers now? What are you doing in the Defender's Heart? What I was bound to do under my holy order. Have you joined the Crusade? Don't take it amiss, but no, I haven't. I have my own task. I'm headed in Chili Creek, a tiny hamlet which... Ah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you already told me. Where's the Pathfinder so I can retrain Woljif? Where would it be? In my tent? I doubt it. Let's go to the field medic's tent. Crusader. Let's get in. This is a field hospital. I asked the clerics of Kenabreeze suffered especially heavy losses, so we're in desperate needs of healers. Hey, Camelia's here. Kiado, Visali, Ramulus, we are few but the gods are with us. The prayers of good people around the world are with us. Dear lady, have you been sitting here for a long time? Would you like to help? He's talking to Camelia. Beautiful day. Okay. Ooh, me? No, I definitely would not. A stout old man with a frizzy grey beard greets you with a deep bow. Well met, Commander. You've caused quite a stir. Everyone thought Kenabreeze was done for, but the gods had other plans. That was quite a blaze of the great garrison, all the vermin running out with their tails between their legs. Who are you? I'm the... Yeah, you already talked with him. How'd you end up in the battlefield? Everyone here has a story like that, but mine is a rather boring one. Believe it or not, it was a bureaucracy. When the old rector of Kenabreeze's temple died, may Abadar rest his soul, the church required a replacement. I don't think we have a shrine to Abadar, do we? In our shrine place tent. I volunteered and served for 30 years without incident. I prayed, organized festivals and funerals, bought candles, sanctified water. That's just regular priest work. Boring, mundane things that made up the daily routine of civilized society. Don't you do magic too? But then civilized society failed, and it was time for me to go to war. Praise Abadar, who led me to the ruins of the Defender's Heart. Somebody's in need of help. Who's that boy with you? This one? Cato, the shepherd, my apprentice. Oh, yeah. What kind of help can I expect from you? First, yeah, okay. I have to go. Wait, anything I can buy from you? Ah, Scroll of Race Dead. We have a couple of scales for that right now. Scroll of Remove Fear, Cure Moderate Wound, Remove Paralysis, some Resists, Dispel Magic, Prayer, Protection. Do we have Communal? Okay, Communal. Let me get one of each of those Communal Resists, just in case. Death Ward, that could be useful. Massive Communal. Oh, you have Resist, it's fine. Break Enchantment, that could be useful. Some Diamonds for Resurrection, Diamond Dust for Restoration. Conman's Ring. Perception and Trickery skill checks. I'll take it. How expensive is it? It's way too expensive. Resistance +3. Ring Charisma +2. I want it, but I'll just find it in the field. Empower Metamagic Rod. Pest Control. Red Salamander. Cast spells spontaneously. It grants them the ability to cast the following spells: Fireball, Control Fireball, Fire Snake, Hellfire Ray, Firestorm, and Fiery Body. They still need to have a spell slot of the required level. Okay. This is no need for Amber because you're gonna have these spells naturally. Bookworm's Headband. Enhancement bonus to Intelligence, immunity to all compulsion effects. However, it also -2 to Charisma, -3 to Persuasion. Point of Protection. Damage reduction 5. Whenever the warrior is about to use a scroll or potion, it gives +1 to caster level. That's pretty good. Holy Smite, defense from regular smite. It's oh, okay. It's it's one of those a level 4 cleric spell. That wasn't in the previous game, was it? A croissant. I'll take it. Alchemist kit. We can use one of those. And scroll scriber. I'll take the level 2s. I'll take the level 3s. 15,000 bucks is fine. Hopefully those aren't consumed on use. A bunch of supplies. The Icy Protector. Cold resistance, natural armor to AC. Okay. Burning Hand. A bunch of scrolls of regular magic now. Come on. I'm getting tired of scrolling. Do they have every single spell in the game over here or what? That's a lot of spells. Jeez. Wand of Enlarged Person, Shocking Grasp. Remove Curse, Angelic Aspect. Dragonkind. Ski Shout, Polymorph, Wands. And the Conman's Ring again. You know, I can spare the level 3s. I'll see what the level 2 does first. Deal. Hey, apprentice, anything to tell me? Yeah, stop it. I'll learn the recipe. It's fine, game. Oh, copy. Now we can make croissants. Yay. Next. I want to find a Pathfinder to respec. Where will he be? Maybe in your Dandy Wars command tent? Whatever that is. Whoever that is, too. Crusader. Worm. As a storyteller. Courtesans. Get inside the tent. This is Nera Dendiwar's tank, and it seems she brought along of unnecessary items along with her. Who is that? Nera Dendiwar.
March on.
A bunch of books. I'll take the books. Should I look up where I can respec? Nah, we can do a quick tour of the camp again. Up. Just gonna spam the tab button. Recruits. Crusader. Eagle Wash. Lawn. Crusader. Bum, bum, bum. More Crusaders. Eagle Wash Crusader. Ember is here. Hello, Ember. That's Tirabate's tent. That's a regular recruit. That's my tent. Maybe he's in there. I mean. There's a second. This is the other big tent. Okay, so the shrine, the field medic, and my tent are the biggest. Okay, so I guess we have good priorities.
Let us be off.
I guess the Quartermaster could also have a big tent if he needed one. And I don't see the Pathfinder guy to respect, so that's that. Let's level up. So level 6 Paladin. Same as usual, religion, persuasion. I get a new mercy. Let's see, sickened, staggered. The first one I have is shaken. Dazed, sure. Fatigued, staggered. Dazed. Let's go with dazed. Yoink. Base attack bonus. So now I can have a power attack even higher than before. +8, +3. Damage. +6 from power attack. Ooh. Look at that damage. Hey Nenyo, you're a wizard again. Get all the knowledges, that's fine. Use magic device, all this stuff is fine, okay. Spell. Heroism, fireball. That's good. Heroism, that's not going to be useful. At least not as much as some other thing. Greater magic weapon, hold person, lightning bolt, invisibility, communal, slow, that's good. Ooh, spike, pick, pit. Dispel magic too. Let's do it slow. We have haste, fireball, displacement, slow. Okay, good. Next, Camellia, level 6 Spirit Hunter. That's fine. Stealth, trickery, knowledge, arcana. We really don't need stealth. We really don't. Have some arcana knowledge. Good. Darren, I can level you up before you leave. No need for persuasion. Should have a lower nature. Prayer, that's a good one. Animate Dead, Archon's Aura, Curse, Blindness, Contagion, Serious Wound, Dispel, Vestment. Protection from energy, but it's not communal. Resist energy communal, nah, it's fine. Steering Light, that's a damaging spell. Have that instead. Up, next, Scylla, level 6 Paladin. She gets a Mercy. Mobility. Why do you keep getting mobility points? Have low religion. I guess we can keep going in mobility. Mercy, diseased. How about you take shaken? No. Staggered. Okay. Next, Amber. She gets a new spell. The Stigmatized Witch. Is she gonna have a prestige class to get? Lore Master. If she has Meta Magic. No, she only has arcane spells. Mystic Tearge. She can't use divine spells. Winter Witch. Frost, Winter, divine and arcane spells. Nope. Regular Witch. Yeah. Let me just micromanage all this stuff. You don't need persuasion. You don't need to use magic device. Give me those knowledges. And perception. I guess you can keep using magic device. A hex. Ameliorating. Can touch a creature to suppress and protect effects from negative condition. If the target is affected with a chosen condition, that condition is suppressed with a number of stuff. Purity. Diseased, inhale poisons and nauseous gaseous effects such as stinking clouds or negativity in a 10-foot aura around the witch. Pretty good. Cackle. Any creature that is within 30 feet that is under the effect of an evil eye, X, fortune hex, protective luck, or misfortune caused by the witch has a duration of that X and is extended by 1 round. Pretty good. Fortune. Oh, so we can have fortune and cackling, or healing. And it's a cure light wound spell using the witch caster level. It cannot be finished again for 24 hours. At 5th level, this acts like a cure moderate wounds. It doesn't scale up after that. Ice Plant. This has grants the witch a +2 natural armor bonus. Okay, Misfortune. Any creature that makes an ability check, attack roll, must roll twice. Oh, that's pretty good. That's really good. Nails, protective luck. Whenever that creature is targeted by an effect that requires an attack roll, including weapon attacks, the attacker must roll twice for 1 round. And Ward. +2 deflection bonus to AC, +2 resistance bonus on the saving throws. How about Misfortune? That's pretty good. Next. Spell. Heroism. How about... Oof, a Cure Serious Wound. That could be really useful. Inflict Serious Wound. Lightning Bolt. Nature's Exile. All animals have initiated blah blah blah, become a blah 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 blah. Okay. Remove disease, spits venom, stinking cloud, vampiric touch, summon monster. How about lightning bolt? We have burning arc. Those are level 2s. Delay poison, deep slumber. This is a hit die limit. Never mind. Replace a curse. Will negate. Oof, that's a good debuff curse. Oof. Deep slumber, delay poison, dispel magic. I could use a dispel magic at will. Heroism is good too. +2 to attack roll, saves, and skill checks. Lightning bolt is a good damaging spell if she can't have fireball. I think she's gonna have fireball. Curse. Wound. We could use some cure serious wounds. Delay poison, dispel magic. The heroism is good too. Oh, I can't choose. Rage. Cure serious wound. She doesn't have cure medium wound, and she has cure light wounds. After serious wound, it's critical wounds. Okay, we can hold off for one more spell level. Let's see, she has 3 spells here, 4 spells here. Let's assume we can choose 3 spells. It will be Bestow Curse, Dispel Magic, and Rage. Remove Disease, remove Curse, Spit Venom. You Spit Venom. It causes blindness for 1 round. Oof, that's pretty good. I think that's really good. Fortitude partial. If they make the save, if the venom hits, it causes blindness. The target must also save or be poisoned. Oh, so if it hits, it's a save. It's a poison. How about Stinking Cloud? Living creature in the cloud become nauseated. Yeah. Vampiric touch. Eh. 1d6 per 2 caster levels at 10d6 at level 20. 60. Meh. Touch attack. Eh. Ray of Exhaustion. Exhausted for the spell's duration. Eh. It'll be... Let's see. So her spells is going to be Rage, Bestow Curse, and Dispel Magic. Of these 3, I think Bestow Curse is the most powerful one. Duration permanent. Whew. Doesn't she have access to a new layer of fire magic because of her blackened hands? I think that's what... Yeah, blackened. At 5th level, add Scorching Ray and Burning Arc. I should have learned Burning Arc. And she's not going to learn Fireball. Ever. Why? Fireball's the best spell. So your list of spells known. Are they supposed to be known, or what? Or does she have them? Burning Arc, Scorching Ray. Yeah, she has them. Burning Hands. That's good, right? It's all fulfilled. 5th level. Burning Arc, Scorching Ray. Okay, so let's see. Scorching Ray is going to be her mainstay ability, I think. So it's a Ray attack. So if we get some feats in Ray... Ray... What? It's spell mastery or something. Let's see. We're also going to need point blank range. So she can do that. You fire a Ray plus an additional Ray for every 4 level beyond 3rd. Also, at the next level, she's going to get 2 Rays. Each Ray requires a range of the touch attack to hit and deals 4d6 points of fire damage. Whew, 4d6. Pretty good for a level 2 spell. Okay, well, Jeff, you become an Arcane Trickster. Can you? Is it in your class over here? Yeah, Arcane Trickster. Range, Leisure Domain, and has the skills of Steve and the ability to make sneak attack without blinking, and or as part of a spell can make Arcane Twister formidable damage dealers. So he needed sneak attack 2, mobility 4, trickery 4, 2nd level spells, knowledge arcana 4. I think it's very visible to make leveling. Yes, please. Arcane Trickster time. Next. Gets a bunch of skill points, mobility, trickery, stealth, knowledge arcana. Next. And perception. That's a bunch of skills. Spellbook, Eldritch Scoundrel. He can now get level 4 spells. No, level 2 spells. Choose 2 spells. Command Undead. I mean, he's a regular wizard. Molten Orb, that's a small fireball. Protection from alignment, protection from arrows, invisibility. Those are level 1 spells. Forget Cat's Grace. And the Command Undead. Or Frigid Touch. Hideous Laughter. Hideous Laughter. Range Danger Domain. You can use Trickery at a range of 30, but it increases the normal skill check by 5. So we should turn it off by default. What are your levels of spells now, dude? You should have a bunch of spells from the mythic level we just got. Oh yeah, get some acid arrows in there. Hideous Laughter, Create Pit, another one. Resist Energy is going to be useless. Mirror Image for yourself. Sense Vital, that's only for yourself, but that's useless. Summon Small Elemental, Web. Over here in level 1, get a Snowball. Summon Monster 1. A Stunning Barrier. Shocking Grasp in case you get in close range. Another Grease. Cause Fear is bad. Enlarged Person could be good. Protection from alignment, that's for you 1 person only. Enlarged Person. And these guys, we don't have any spell slots. So he's 1 level behind the rest of these guys in spell levels. Up, Monk, level 6. That's fine, yep. Key Power, Bark Skin. How about Key Power, Sudden Speed? Bark Skin. Can I accept? Can't I get this at 8th level or higher? Scorching Ray. That's just regular Scorching Ray. Speed. I guess we don't need any of those. Bark Skin it is. One of these. Let's see. Mini Shots. Improve Precise Shot. Dodge. Deflect Arrows. Combat Melody. Precise Shot. Take it. So that's it. Precise Shot is what we're going to need with our wizards who use Ray attacks, aka Ember. Get that lawful good alignment. Mythic Hero level 1. Level 6 Paladin. Let's enter my own tent. Heyo. The Queen, Hogblade, Nura, Social.
Let's move.
And we have a bunch of stuff. That's my chest where I can store stuff. A half plate. A bunch of stuff. Like we're just going to sell off. A breastplate. Bunch of stuff. Another half plate. Anything in my own chest? Oh. Some magical items. I think those are DLC items because I didn't put them there. Ratcatcher's Goggles. Plus 2 bonus on damage rolls against swarms. Okay. Dashing Cavalier's gloves. Attack rolls. That's for Scylla. Gives a bonus while mounted. She has a horse. Plume Hat. Max HP. Roll GIF. You can have a Plume Hat. Nah, you're better without it. Lan? How about you, Lan? That's good. How about these bracers? More bonus on damage rolls against demons. I'll take it. Those are some minor artifacts. Instead of the engraved bracers. Only your main character can equip these bracers, never mind. Damage against demons. Who doesn't have any bracers, by the way? Armor +1. You don't. Oh. Leothru Hogblade. My spell commanders, I hope you will be able to spare me some time after all the formalities. Nura, happy to help the cause. Social, good to meet you. Hello, Queen. The Queen greets you with a stare. She has dropped the pompous hair with which she just announced the 5th Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mendev appeared calm and thoughtful. She has made her move and now waits her opponent's reply.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but
You
I do
are?
not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds.
Oh, I get to choose my own troops?
I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Wound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Iomedae herself.
Where is it now?
Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell.
Oh.
I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation.
It's a banner?
A forced march to Dresden awaits you.
The
Sword of Valor is
guys,
kept somewhere
whoa.
within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Soziel Vainik.
Can you guys like calm down? Can I get a couple of battles first before we go in the legendary city and get the legendary Sword of Valor? Can I like learn the ropes first?
One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of
Maybe target some
Iomedae
outposts?
also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
A famous inquisitor.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now. But I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Hopefully it'll be easy to find.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons. I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it.
Doesn't seem like a historian, I think. Not the right attitude, it seems.
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
Is he a cleric?
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, his trusted advisors and companions. Now then, would you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
When we met at the Defender's Heart, I never imagined you'd make me the commander of the new Crusade.
Some actions may be deemed bold, or even extreme.
Yes.
And beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss, a war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance, and I am willing to stake everything on it.
I mean, it's fine because I'm a paladin, but is this dialogue the same if I'm like a demon, chaotic evil, bad guy? How would that work?
However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the Crusade.
Yes, I can.
I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and minds of many.
I was in like one city.
People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction. Word of this feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev.
That was fast.
There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
You should know I received an unusual gift in the caves beneath Canabries. In a vision I saw the death of an angel called Lariel. Somehow he was able to grant me the ability to reveal the light of heaven.
Lariel. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the World Wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel. Even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on their special mission.
I don't think I know the difference between angels and devas. Is it the same distinction as between demons and devils, or is it just the same word, the 2 different words for the same concept?
It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
Do you know? I have some questions about my mission to retake Dresden.
Of course. I shall answer.
How did the demons manage to conquer Dresden?
That's a good question. Its walls were built by dwarf craftsmen, and the power of the Sword of Valor protected the city. Alas, where raging hordes failed, a single lying ton was all they needed to succeed. The demoness Minago convinced a young and ambitious crusader named Staunton Vane that the banner belonged on the battlefield. He went on a daring and unapproved raid, and the banner ended up in the enemy's hands. The city fell soon after.
Yeah, that's the story of
Ever
Staunton
since then,
Vane's.
for 7 decades, it has served as a citadel for the forces of the Abyss.
Staunton Vane. I saw him in the Great Garrison. He defected to the demon side.
Oh, really? I wasn't informed of this. After Dresden fell because of Staunton, he was nearly sentenced to death. He deserved it. In wartime, men are hanged for far less. But you have no idea what a terrible sight it is. A raging crowd of crusaders baying for blood. Never have my fighters looked so much like the demons we are fighting. I commuted Staunton's sentence and stripped him of his rank. Not just for him, but for my army and my country. We are not Hell Knights. We do not maintain discipline with public executions.
Go lawful? You punished him with a life of disgrace and humiliation, and that life finally broke him. It's sad but not unsurprising. You shouldn't have stayed your hand at the hand of justice. Let me go with
Perhaps exile would have been a more merciful sentence than decades
Exile.
of service among those who despised him. I was hoping he might atone for his guilt with a heroic act, but he likely decided that atonement was impossible, and he might as well give himself over to evil.
I mean, it's been 70 years. What forces are at my disposal?
Everyone we saw today at the parade.
It's like 50
First
guys.
among them, the Eagle Watch, who remain a powerful force thanks to Irabeth's resourcefulness.
That's like 10 guys.
Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders.
Of
as
like
the
5
minor
guys.
volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Neurosian.
That's like 30
They
guys.
have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit.
I mean, I guess, but I think the recruits make the majority of my army right now. They're not one unit.
These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden.
Okay.
You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is just the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The 5th Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead.
So by hire, do you mean like mercenaries, or do I have to recruit? You have to hire. Is she saying hire, you know, hire like pay mercenaries, or is that a euphemism for recruit people? It's been decades and no one has managed to retake the city. What do you think we're different?
We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades. But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demon's plans in Canabris. The army
Barely.
who attacked the city came straight from Dresden.
Oh.
Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Canabris.
So now Dresden is under-defended. Okay, okay, makes more sense.
We must attack swiftly before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess.
So I have to quickly make up a force and then march on Dresden before the demons can reinforce it. What about long-term goals? Do you know how to get rid of the world wound forever?
Now you are talking like a real knight commander.
A knight commander?
However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the Abyss across the territory. We call the World Wound. The
Ah,
best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed.
so the world wound is a territory, and inside of it there's many rifts.
The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the Abyss. We do not understand its nature yet.
It's been like 100
The
years.
methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here.
Magical
However,
science.
we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the world wound was opened.
And where was that?
The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the mages to explore the origins
The
of
mages?
the world wound. So, the next step, after you succeed in Dresden, is an offensive push deeper into the world wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold. The very threshold of the abyss.
I mean, I think after we take Dresden, we should reinforce first before we do an offensive push.
Wonderful.
Do you know that the souls of angels from heaven are confined to the Wordstones?
I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside
That was their
us in the
special
first
mission.
Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomedae's herald erected the first wardstone in Canopus, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomedae easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works. Nevertheless, I am pleased that you solved the mystery of the wardstone in Canopus and were able to save this gift of Iomedae. It was a deed worthy of a knight commander of the Fifth Crusade.
And what are you going to do?
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment.
Insubordination?
However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade.
What?
Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
No. Are you planning for my failure? How does that make sense? Prepare the defenses of the cities around the world wound? Why? If we take Dresden, that's going to be where the fighting is going to take place, not in the outlying sectors. Lawful, Aeon may take path. Good, Angel may take path. My queen, I ask you to remain with us. The Dresden campaign is the hope of the Crusade, and the blessing of Iomedae that you carry may be decisive in this battle.
Here, a polite attempt to appeal to the conscience of an old sovereign?
Yes?
I don't know if you realize what you're suggesting. If our enemies in the depths of the wound were to discover that I was with your army, they would immediately send their most vicious demons to attack. They would stop at nothing to be rid of me, and thereby sow chaos across Mendev.
Then you can be a distraction instead.
But you are right. I shouldn't be sitting it out in the rear. I am a warrior queen, and a queen of warriors. Yet my fighters have forgotten what I look like. Fine.
Have they?
I shall join the crusade, but on my own terms. First, I shall assemble my entourage and lead the parade out of the camp. I shall catch up with you later, along with a few hand-picked bodyguards. We'll change our armor, and I'll become a knight of a minor order and join the troops incognito.
Good.
Until we approach Dresden, no one should know I am among you. But before we storm the city, I shall show myself to the troops and join the battle.
Good.
Let it be a surprise for the demons. I hope you won't complain of my company on the road, Commander, since you were the one who insisted upon it. Do you have any other questions?
The task is clear. Not really, but clearer than before.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable. Count, there you are. You received my instruction?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, he has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
He's my attaché now?
It is a great honor, I suppose.
A rather frivolous gesture for a queen.
The adequacy of any measure can only be assessed against the reason that prompted it. Isn't that so, Count?
So what was the reason?
I had my doubts about whether you were ready for such a responsibility, Count. But your conduct in Kenobris has put my mind at ease. So, you will travel with the troops to Dresden. Only the commander may remove you from your post. But I trust that you will dutifully fulfill his orders and make a good showing of yourself.
I mean, I can free him if I have to. Now that I have a cleric, he can stop being the healer.
Especially since word of your appointment, Count, will reach the court at any moment. All of Mendev's nobility will be following your successes in service to the nation, including all of your devoted admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already begun composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the Crusade and your faithful service to the commander here.
Good job trolling him, Galfrey.
Your largesse truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
Then let's get going. May Iomedae help us.
Iomedae. I just used to say Iomedae. Okay. Iomedae. I've been saying it wrong this entire time. You have business? Anivia? She sweeps an inquisitive glance over to me. Tell me straight. How that brawl at the Grey Garrison end? I hear the rumors, of course. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You've no idea what cobblers the Crusaders say about you. Some say that Iomedae came to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died and the honest to God's angel is now leading the army disguised as you. Still others say that it was just an explosion at an alchemist state lab. And I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers. I wish. But you really have changed since the Grey Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you've become kind of charismatic? More dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander, and by Disney I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies and not to us. Or yourself. Okay, so I have a bunch of people to talk to now. Yo. There's the Eobeth and the Golem. Commander, let me say something. Before you... This wasn't a war. It was agony, drawn out over decades. No one believed in victory anymore. When the demons attacked the city, for some it was a relief. At least the end had come. They laid down the weapons and surrendered without a fight. I felt the same things, but I somehow got through on a stubbornness and a vague hope that if nobody found Anivia's body, she might be by some miracle have survived. And that miracle was you. You returned my beloved to me when I'd nearly lost all hope of seeing her again. Then you went on a suicide mission to the Grey Garrison and won the city back to us. You turned the defeat into a victory. I know it wasn't easy, but you made everything seem so effortless. You do everything just like that. The Queen believes in your power too. But for me, they're just more proof of what I felt that day when I saw Anivia alive, standing next to you. You're the miracle we've been waiting for. You're the one who will finally put an end to this terrible war, and in spite of everything, deliver us the victory we so desperately need. With you, I'm sure this crusade will achieve what the others could not. I found a scabbard with your family name on it in the Grey Garrison. This scabbard held the Solemn, my family sword. My father once fought with it, and I took it when I left home, to become a paladin. Alas, it was not stolen. I parted with my heirloom willingly to help someone dear to me. And Nivea needed expensive healing and blah 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 blah. I hoped to redeem the Solemn eventually, but there was never enough money, and soon the sword disappeared from the pawn shop altogether. I have no idea who took it. Seems like I'll have to part with my father's sword forever. Is Anivia sick? Forgive me if I don't go into details, it's a private matter. Suffice to say everything is fine now. I can see that you truly love her. She blushes. My parents were loyal servants, yet it wasn't enough to earn them a title or a coat of arms. Still, however humble our name might be, it is worth something I don't know if I'll ever see the Solemn again, but at least I'll have his scabbard back. So it turns out the Queen has her head of counterintelligence watching me? I wonder why. You think the Queen doesn't trust you? If that were true, she wouldn't have put you in charge of this army. My main task is to be your advisor until you've gained enough experience as a commander. As for counterintelligence, Anivia and I were tasked with keeping an eye on your inner circle. But you're not under any suspicion, Commander. You're under our protection. We need reinforcements. Can you get us more soldiers? I begin the march on Dresden, which is to say, an hour ago. We chose speed over numbers. If I order more volunteers to be recruited, they simply won't arrive in time. We could pay majors to deliver the troops to the camp, except I doubt that the army's coffers could afford it. If you can spare 7,500 gold coins, I will see to army reinforcements. I can. You have your orders. They're done. It's hard to believe your origin is so humble. You deserve a noble title that more than many who inherit them. Thank you, Commander. It's an honor to hear that, especially from you. Every noble family begins somewhere. You must have heard the recent story from the stolen lands in the River Kingdoms. Just imagine coming from nowhere and making all the way to Royal Crown in just a few years. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if I managed to distinguish myself somehow. So my kingdom, my old kingdom, old? It's not old, it's like a few years old. My kingdom is doing well, apparently. It's news throughout the lands. That's good to hear. But then I push away such unworthy, selfish thoughts, of course. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I have to go. She bows. So, Amber, do you want to talk to me, or are you just gonna have a single line? Amber's bobbing her head and humming a tune. She greets you with a carefree, cheerful smile. How are you handling your new abilities? Abilities? What are you talking about? Ah, the tricks you learned when the big grey house blew up. They're funny. Thanks for teaching them to me. The Queen gave me the title of Knight Commander. Oh, so I taught them their mythical powers? The Queen gave me the title of Knight Commander. What do you think about that? The elf focuses her wandering gaze on your eyes. Don't believe titles. All of us in the world are children of the street. Barefoot, hungry, scared, a step away from death. So imagine they're strong and rich, like gods, but don't forget who you really are behind the title. Thank you, Amber. That's good for the ego. So it doesn't get too big. And swollen with praise.
Check that out.
Something. Thanks, Lan. Yoink. Nenyo. Ah, boy, there you are. Very good, just in time. You will be delighted to know that I need you for an experiment. So, the Greek garrison stands roofless. Demons are running from the hills with their tails between their legs. Mendev's queens, what's her name? It's on the tip of my yes, Galfrey. Is scurrying to and fro, and all this somehow connected to you, my loyal follower. Thus far, there is no scientific evidence of your exceptionality, if one discounts blind faith in divine intervention, which I do. We, people of science, refuse to believe in the inexplicable without any proof. Or the ones who explain the inexplicable. Therefore, open your mouth and say ah to me. Alright, your throat's fine, tongue looks perfectly normal, your breath. The smell is lined with the regular function of the digestive system. For your teeth. No detectable alterations. By the way, did you know that many individuals, while being wholly civilized representatives of their races, still have an amazingly powerful bite? Are you really trying to find a correlation between fang length and civility? For the good of science, I look for correlations everywhere. In and everything. How can I prove there's no correlation if you don't bother to look for one? Say nothing. Moving on, alright, what do we do next? Ears, let's check your hearing. Testing. Your hearing's fine, was fine, but don't worry, it's scientifically proven that it should return to normal soon. Next. Eyes are clear. Posture is satisfactory, posture check. Limb length is standard, no lice. Boy, you're the picture of health. It's a pity, I was expecting to find some anomaly. Well now, let's assess your mental state. Imagine an hypothetical situation. You're a tree. 2 scrolls have found their way into your hollow and are not completing there. What do you do? I'll do precisely nothing because I'm a tree. An unconscious act of withdrawal along with a lack of trust in your own ability, or perhaps just a healthy dose of pragmatism? On to the next question. Yet another hypothetical situation. You are a tomato. A tomato. Tomato. You're just been picked from the vegetable patch and put into a crate. You know that today the cook will use half of the tomatoes from your crate to make soup. What do you do? If I'm going to get eaten, there's not much I can do. That's the fate of the tomato. I try to dig deeper into the crate. An unconscious act of rejecting the unspoken rules of law and laws underpinning the functioning of the universe. Yes, it's all quite clear to me. Rejecting universal rules and behavioral norms, along with a distinctive unwillingness to take a firm position in the choice between good and evil. There's something of the trickster in you, no? On that note, I deem this experiment complete. Thank you for your participation. Yet you remain a puzzle to me. I love puzzles. One of these days I will solve you completely. Unless I forget. Okay. Thanks, Nenyo. Next. Who are the people I need to talk to? Are they on the map? That's social. How about the little bard slash historian? Horses and recruits.
What's that?
And some loot. Ooh, some horse armor. And the jade. Thanks. Healer, that's new. Hello, Healer. You've earned the title of Commander. Cannabis still stands thanks to you. But you have to be doubly on your guard. Your Eminence places a target on your back, and there are assassins about. Killing a high-ranking Crusader would bring a demon far more prestige than killing a common soldier. Not long ago, I estimated a few spinners of nightmares. Oh, yeah. Which influential Crusaders did you save from the spinner of nightmares? I've been hunting the spinner of nightmares for over a year, blah blah blah. Set to strike at the Cruciform Cathedral. They gathered to celebrate the victory of the First Crusade. It was a great holiday, and there was a lavish ceremony at the cathedral. An influential priest, Antoclitus, was in charge of the festivities. They were intending to crown him with a tiara, a symbol of his high status, but the sacred tiara had been replaced. The spinner had obtained an Incutitus, a sentient and rather ominous cephalopod from the other end of the world. He raised it from an elver and trained it carefully. She cast an illusion on it so that everyone would see it as a tiara. The moment the shell was placed on Antoclitus' head, the cephalopod would release its tentacles and penetrate the priest's skull. Its poison would seep into its brain and it would seize control of Antoclitus' but dead body. Fortunately, we were able to stop this menace in time. I was so close to catching her. Tell me about your confrontation with the spinner. Why don't you know? We need retraining. Woljif. I can only go back to level 4. And I can't even choose Arcane Trickster. So what do we need? Mobility, Trickery, Arcana. Good. Yeah, Dex. No, go for Intel. You're going to be the spellcaster now. So, Mobility, Trickery. Forget about Stealth. Go for Knowledge Arcana. Get up Perception or Magic Device. Knowledge Arcana. We need 1 point. We just need 1 point. So, next level. Mirror Image, Invisibility. Switch out Invisibility. For Create Pit. Sure. Up. Level 5. This says level 6. I still can't choose the Arcane Trickster. We need Knowledge Arcana. Accept. Next. Ability, Trickery, Stealth. Shut up about Perception. Knowledge Arcana. Don't use Magic Device instead. Go for Stealth. These spells are fine. And then level 6. And Mythic rank 2. Abundant Casting, keep it. Use it. Okay. Complete.
Follow me.
Now I can get a level in Arcane. What? You can't? Did I just lose a level of Arcane Trickster? How? How did that happen? When's the last save? Forever ago, I think. Let's see, 12:07. Right now it's... Can I see the time? What time is it? I guess I can just save. 12 something. It's still 12 o'clock. 12:18. It's fine. Let me try to retrain again. We need good training. Woljif. So what do we need this time? Arcane Trickster. Mobility. Arcane, Knowledge Arcana. The spells too. Yes. Go for Int. That's level 4. Ability, Trickery, Stealth. Forget about Perception. Forget about Magic Device. Go for Knowledge Arcana. Okay. Yep. Okay, level 5, yes. You need a point in Knowledge Arcana. Okay, so we just skipped a level by accident. That's what happened. Don't use Magic Device. Do Arcana Knowledge. Arcana Knowledge. Thank you. It's all fine. Feet. What did we take? Piranha Strike, that's good. Spells, the Ray and Arrow. You don't need the Scorching Ray, I think. Instead, give us the Pit. Next. Arcane Trickster. I said Arcane Trickster. Yes. Let's see the difference in levels. It's kind of hard to select things. As the Arcane Trickster, we get a bunch more sneak attacks. We get an impromptu sneak attack all the way to level 10. Okay. Impromptu sneak attack from a distance. Invisible Thief. Surprise spells. Can I sneak attack damage to any spells? Okay, so it's pretty much better than the Rogue archetype. Why do we have Rogue archetypes that are the same as Prestige classes, but worse? Why could just multi-class, just like we did with Octavia in the last game? Knowledge Arcana, please. Spellbook, the Eldritch Candle spellbook. 2 spells. Blur is fine. Bow Strength. And See Invisibility. That's pretty good. Wait, do you not have Web? Take Web. Okay. And we're back where we began. Level 6. 1 level in Arcane Trickster. Spellbook. 1, 2. One of those, one of those, one of those. Level 1s. Shocking Grasp, Snowball. Get rid of Burning Hands. That's useless. Get Grease instead. I think he just lost all his spells. All the spells he learned from scrolls. Dang. Time to learn them again. So, don't respect when you have a bunch of spell scrolls learned. Ah, haste. This level 3 though. Heroism, some protection, some raise. Yoink. Enlarge. You can take a couple of enlarge as level 1s. Come on, copy it. It's not copying. Have we filled our spellbook? Glitter Dusk. Petition from Good, level 1. Not working. Petition from Evil, level 1. Not. Oh, we have Petition from Alignment. Feeblement. Slaying Barrier. Blindness. Thanks. How's the spellbook looking now? A tiny bit better. Take an Enlarged Person. Take a Reduce. Nah. Take an Enfeeblement. Penalty to Strength. Up. Good. Bunch of spells. Next.
March on.
This is the Director. Camellia's here. Hello, Camellia. Greetings. I found a number of interesting implements and accessories in the Gorm dimension. Yeah. They were yours? How kind of you to share that you've gone through Gorm's dirty laundry and drawn some bizarre conclusion. Okay. What do you think of the powers you receive from me? People of noble descent grow accustomed to ample opportunity. The power we receive from you are useful. Okay, thanks. The Aldoris and the Houndheart. Nice to absorb in the reading the letter that he takes no notice of you. Already a read battle. Okay, okay.
Onwards.
That's the exit of the camp. Elon. Like the hat. What do you think of what happened in the Grey Garrison? Do you feel a change in yourself? It's hard not to notice when the demons start running away from you like a flock of frightened bats. Powers granted by Iomedae to defeat demons. Since a kid, I've taken whatever I've been giving and use it as the best I can. Anything goes when you're trying to survive. It doesn't matter what your blessing comes from. We can think about that when we're old, if we live that long. You know, this time, even I'm not sure. A divine power that just appears out of nowhere, sooner or later we'll have to pay for it. I'd like to know what the price will be. Faith? Maybe? Or maybe something worse, like our soul? Or Crusade? The victory, maybe? Mysterious Elf. Damn it, you again, soldier. Dimension doors. Your supply would do any wine shop proud. Does the Crusade really need this much alcohol? Don't think I'm trying to encourage drunkenness among our Crusaders. It's not a good fun, a way to blow off some steam. When soldiers can gather by the fire and raise a cup to honor both the living and the dead, it reminds them that life goes on. But those who drink to excess or to the detriment of their duties won't get a drop from me. I saw you talking to the girl hiding her face. Who was she and why did she want? I don't know, Commander. She never introduced herself. But I bet she's not part of our army. I know all our soldiers by name and by sight. She was looking for some elf volunteer. Wanted to know which tent she was sleeping in. At first I thought she was a messenger from Mindev. She definitely wasn't one of us, but now I see how it might look shifty. She was some sort of spy then. We just sell the stuff I looted from my own tent. Yep. The malady, a short sword. That's Wolgiff stuff. Let me give it to him. Whoa, 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 whoa. 47 bucks. Amazing. Wolgiff. Get your stuff back. Up. Anything else? Nope. Show me what you have. Let me sell all these plates. 350 bucks. Yay. Blacksmith. Do you do something else? Cold iron. Cold iron. Cold iron. And only weapons. Cold iron, masterwork spiked, heavy shield. Okay. Hey, Wolgiff, what do you have to say? What do you think of my new powers? You know what you did back there? I have a few ideas. We could send you to Pitax Underground Arena to fight. Give you a scary name like Swift Sting or something like that. Pitax is still running that kind of stuff? I guess it's underground for a reason. Give you a great cover story. Enemies burn down your house, you're avenging your dead family. The public eats the stuff up. You'll wear a shiny eye-catching outfit, or a black one if you like black better. We'll split the prize money 60-40. 60 for me, of course. You know, arranging facts isn't easy. Those people are tough. I'll be taking more risks than you. And after we get set up in Pitax, we'll tour different cities, make some real money. Do you have any other suggestions? I've got one more. Have you heard of Razmiran? I think so. Yeah, I do. That's the place we effed up. No, that's the the tyrant ascended to godhood place. Okay. Some land in the River Kingdom is ruled by King Razmir. A friend of mine used to live in Razmiran. He got out of there as fast as he could. Long story short, this King Razmir of Dirt is a god. He keeps his people under his zeal. They're all terrified of what he might do. He sits on his throne wearing some white mask, giving power to anyone. Come and take power from me, he says, so long as you believe in me. But that friend of mine, the one who fled, has half a sister on this old man's side who's a cook in the castle, and a washerwoman who the cook plays cards with. In the evening told her a juicy rumor. Word is, Razmir isn't a real god at all, and he's got no powers. So here's my point. You do have powers, pretty scary ones. We'll find some shabby little kingdom, I'll start some rumors, I'll show off a few tricks to wow the locals, and that's it. Make you a deity. But first I want you to put it in writing that I'll be your chief advisor. You should be punished for your heretical thoughts. That's the spirit. You're already thinking like a deity. Talking about heresy and punishment. Perfect. Look at it this way. You can be proud and poor, or king and filthy stinking rich. Oh no. Not being poor. What would you do? How could you survive that? You think maybe some Alduri are gonna come and offer you a barony because you're such a nice person? Yeah, right. We don't need to wait for favors. We'll get them with our own hands. Okay, I'll have to go. Free to do as you please. Thank you. I guess. Hey Gorm, you have to talk to me, right? There you are. I've been waiting. As you see, I too have joined the Crusade. I don't know how to swing a sword, but the war is costly, and I have money. Besides, my intellect and business sense may prove useful even on the battlefield. I believe I owe you an apology. The way I behaved was rude, ill-mannered. You're an honest and honorable person. You have clawed your way up from the bottom of society to the title of Knight Commander, and you are friends with King Galfair herself. Such persistence deserves respect. Please allow me to give you this magic amulet for my humble personal treasury. What's it like living your entire life under someone else's name? Okay, yeah. Why you decided to support the Crusades now? With all due respect, that's none of your business. Okay. Why did you hide the fact that Camellia was your daughter? Did I tell you? Okay. What can you tell me? How did her mother die? Okay. What can you tell me about Count Deriden Arende? The noble of Cannabis should be acquainted with each other, shouldn't they? He's a brilliant young man with a brilliant pedigree, and that story of his, the nobility is the glue that keeps society together. I suppose that's why demons so often choose their estates as primary targets. What notice the demons' bloody massacres that they only slaughtered poor country folk? The Iomedae family shared the tragic plight of the worms. Along with many other members of the nobility, they fell victim to a treacherous attack during a major celebration taking place at their family estate. I hadn't received an invitation and was slightly insulted by the snub, but it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. I sympathize with the Count deeply, because you've both lived through the same events. Wait, I already talked with Camellia, never mind. So Camellia still acts like a noble, even though she's only pretending to be. Hey, Sela.
Hello. So, what do you reckon about everything that's come crashing down on us? All the responsibility, command, this new power?
That's what I was born for.
I envy your confidence.
I have to.
In a good way. It's great to believe that everything is going the way it should.
See, that's the spirit I want to inspire in people.
I'm still frightened by what happened in the Grey Garrison. Were we really chosen? By Iomedae herself?
I mean, we are both paladins.
You know, back when I was a snot-nosed kid who just started down the path to becoming a paladin, I imagined once or twice that I was going to do something heroic. The lights would shine down on me, the trumpets would sing, I'd hear the voice of the goddess, or at least her herald, you know? I'd be informed that I had been chosen for a great cause. But that's the point where my imagination always failed me.
I mean, you have been, right?
Somehow, it really happened. Without all the trumpets or the herald or even anyone explaining what I had to do. Though it's clear as day, my place is here, in this demon-ridden wound. Quite a lovely war going on, in fact. Endless, I hear. I'm gonna need some time to wrap my head around this. Spare me an hour and I'll crawl into some dark corner and whine about my hard lot. What can I tell you? I cry easily.
What are you crying for? I thought you were here on your way to the Crusade before the demon attack happened in Cannabis. Weren't you always meant to be here? You're just with me now. Hey Darren, you taking it well? People say you're deliberately trying to kill Galfrey's patients, is that true? Does it even matter? A lot of Mendelian high society has declared war on me. They either despise me, or they try to steer me back into the right path, and I'm going everything in my power to keep them on their toes. I relish the prospect of all the fun this mess in Cannabis will bring. Shall I either commission a song about the great Cannabis fiasco from a certain talented bard, or confuse the jewelers with all rather tall order? A batch of silver dragon toys with detachable heads. Ugh, yuck! Jesus. Yeah. Bleh. The heroic dragon who died for our future deserves your respect, not your mockery. She's dead, she doesn't really care, and I shall enjoy 3 or 4 minutes of rather pleasant thoughts about the rage of those unsuccessful fuel pestered me the most. So how do you like your new role, advisor? You also enjoy poking me with that stick, don't you? Imagine it, me, a crusader. If my dearest cousin hoped to teach me a lesson, she managed it perfectly. An assignment I couldn't avoid without losing face, this idiotic journey leading straight to the demon's maw. I could have been on a pleasure boat right now, with the leviest songstress and pitax on my arm, and a bottle of the finest Kionin wine to keep us company. Incidentally, I blame you for all this. Well, actually, I think Cousin Galfrey is to blame for everything that's happened to me. I suppose some of my misdeeds could be considered my own fault, but I can hardly be expected to take responsibility, can I? Certainly not. Therefore, I shall lay all the blame on your door, and impart my revenge. Do you also receive affection of that unusual power? Looks like it. I genuinely hope that getting away from you will be the end of it. If your grief truly did come from Iomedae, then giving me a smidgen of that power would be a very subtle joke on her part. I had no idea that our divine lightbringer of Mendel even had a sense of humor. Don't get me started on my acts of sacrilege against her. The obscene engraving, the truth about the test of Starstone, is the tamest one by far. Okay. Was it Camellia in here? Who is here now? 4 not a maze. Congratulations on your new rank, Commander. Okay. Thanks, Autumn Maze. Keep hunting, Kalissa. Who's next? Social. He's a painter and a cleric.
Hello again. I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
A young cleric stands before an easel, his brush hovering over the canvas without touching it. Instead of painting, the young man absently gazes He gazes at the sky of Cannabis, which is still streaked with towering plumes of black smoke. Finally, he notices me and smiles, shaking off his stupor.
It It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes.
Could have used a
The
cleric.
flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
Who are you?
My name is Sozio Vanek. I'm a
Socio.
cleric of Shaylin, the
Ah,
eternal rose
Shaylin.
and the goddess of beauty. Yes, I know that many people would consider me useless in a war. This is not a usual war, though. Just consider our enemy. The Abyss and his demons are the very embodiment of everything evil and ugly in the world. Perhaps a disciple of kindness and beauty might come in handy. I have no doubt that we will win this war, Commander. We just have to. It is our destiny. My role is to help you, and all those standing by your side in this struggle, to survive and flourish. Everyone deserves the chance to find peace and happiness in the world that they are defending so selflessly.
How nice. What are you painting? The cleric's eyes linger mournfully on the canvas. The unfinished painting depicts a temple crowned with a rainbow-tailed bird, the symbol of Shelin. 5 people dressed in robes stand before the temple, men and women, old and young. They all gaze back at you with radiant happiness and joy in their serene eyes.
My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help and then they saved my life, Commander. If the Prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them. Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on my way to Nerosian and hurriedly returned to Canabris, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple.
Yeah, we didn't find any standing Shelin's temple.
I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
They fulfilled their duty honorably.
They did more than their duty. They gave everything they had to save others. Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
What made an artist enlist in the army?
Perhaps I am a true artist, or simply an amateur who defaces canvases in my spare time. My goddess is a patron of art, so painting is part of my prayer, and I put all my heart into my pieces. But I am a cleric above all else, so I must also tend to others.
Good.
I went to war because here's where I'm most needed. Sure, I could be painting idyllic landscapes and offering empty prayers to my goddess, but that won't stop people from dying. My goddess has no tolerance for false piety.
You wanted to discuss something with me, right? Your companion quest?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabris behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shaylin who died defending the city.
Sure.
Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory.
Sure.
Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort.
I didn't know them, but I can come.
I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful.
Nice meeting you.
You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke.
I'm not by
I
myself.
believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
Let me check his class and compare him to Darren. Let's see. A kind man's war. Persuasion and knowledge world versus low religion persuasion. We have a bunch of people with low religion, and we really don't need persuasion. High wisdom, so that's good for perception. You can have a perception skill. Never mind. He has skill focus. Does anybody here have skill focus religion? No. No, no. Do you? Yeah, you do. Skill focus, low religion. But he's better at it, even without the focus. So we can be skill focused in knowledge world instead. Right. Anyway. Neutral good paladin, regular cleric. He uses a bardish, a glaive, two-handed weapon. He's a frontliner, high constitution. Intelligence fine, dexterity fine, strength is good. Kind of high damage, but not really. So whereas Darren is a back blind type of person. Ah, he's an SMR. I didn't notice that. Well, Darren is a backline ranged magic user. He's a frontline magic user. Can he wear armor? Can they wear armor? Can oracles wear armor? Simple weapons, light, medium armor, and shields. You can wear medium armor? I didn't know that. Give me the padded armor focus. I guess you can keep it. Never mind. So you have scale mail, the glaive, a heavy crossbow. What's your damage with the crossbow? +4, +7 to hit. Okay. Keep the glaive. It's fine. You can just be a not as good support type frontliner, I guess. What are your spells like? You don't have a lot of spell stats, but you have a bunch of spells to draw from. Perhaps True Strike. You don't need those 2 Unbreakable Hearts. Instead, give us a Bane and a, I don't know, Shield of Faith. Next, over here. You don't need that many restoration. Evil Protection of Criminal, that's good. Can you give us a prayer? Level 3 prayer? Yep. Bolt Strength. A Sound Burst. That's alright. Fine Trap, Delay Poison, Bone Shaker, Bear's Endurance, Arrow of Law, and Restoration. Keep 1 prayer, that's fine. Give me a summon monster. Dispel magic is good. We don't have any cures though. You can transform your. Can you transform your spells into cures? Good domain. Okay. Lug domain. You roll 2 times on every D20 roll and take the best result. Okay. Can you transform your spells into cures though? And channel energy, extra channels. Protective channel, toughness, heavy armor proficiency. You have to take a feat for that. Acolyte, shed in, cleric proficiencies. Divine fortune, regular fortune, or luck. I guess we'll see once we get into the field. I replaced Darren with him. See if we can use all these spells, transform all these spells into cures. So we can take up the, you know, healing power of Darren instead of be neutral good instead of neutral evil. So I would like to have Darren with me out in the field. Up. Okay, stop praying. Who's next? We still have to find the Historian and the Inquisitor. Is the Inquisitor inside the chapel? Nope, nobody's inside the chapel. Where to next? Some Cannabis Crusader. Lyothor Hogblade. Commander. Let me personally congratulate you on your new title and thank you for your time in advance. I'm Lyothor Hogblade, Inquisitor of the Church of Iomedae, the Bringer of Light. I require your assistance in a delicate matter, involving one of your companions, young Count Dendry Arende. Are you one of Prelate Hurlun's followers? Yes, of course. What were you doing during the attack of Cannabis? I was on the hunt. A very successful one, but as often happens in life, this minor success was a mere harbinger of a larger failure. If I hadn't been so far away from Cannabis on the day of the attack, I might have been able to help. What's your opinion of his atrocities? Usually people reveal such things about themselves only to their confessors, not to some curious stranger. Still, I did ask for your help, and that imposed an obligation upon me. Let me put it like this. I spent enough years by Prelate Hurlun's side to learn how to keep him from going over the line. The Prelate is an extraordinary man, but he has fallen prey to his own paranoia and a monumental sense of responsibility, which has gradually eroded his razor-sharp mind. He has witnessed so much insidious darkness that he now sees it in every shadow. Yet his strength was, and still is, a shield for all of the people of Mendev. That's my opinion. His comrades and advisors are necessary to prevent him from making unforgivable mistakes. Thank you. Tell me more about yourself, Inquisitor. I want to know who I'm dealing with. I'm orphaned by birth, but I have lived in Mendev for most of my life, dedicating myself to the service of the inheritor. My warrior brethren mostly worship Gorum, but I've never been so eager to fight for the sake of battle alone. I was a good fighter in my early youth, and could easily best most of my peers, but I didn't enjoy showing off my skills. Victory is bland on its own, purpose adds flavor to war. I can't say that I've always been a faithful sword of Iomedae. Back in my mercenary days, fate brought me to the borders of Mendev, where I spent quite a long time among crusaders. Fighting shoulder to shoulder with my righteous comrades in arms and watching demons commit their atrocities eventually led me to something I had been seeking my whole life. Purpose and faith. That's how I found my calling. Even though it may be hard at times, I never regretted my decision. What brings you here? I asked to assist the Church of Iomedae in an investigation of the utmost importance. I understand that the leader of the Crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to, but please allow me to tell you of the details. Perhaps it will explain what I am calling upon you. I suppose that you have already heard about Count Arende's story. I refer to the tragedy at Heaven's Edge. You're going to investigate this old case again, aren't you? Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt the widely shared account of what exactly happened at the estate and how it happened. You see, Commander, I was among those sent to examine the estate after the incident. I saw everything with my own eyes, and I still remember it clearly, even though it feels like it happened a lifetime ago. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carries the spirit of old Mendev. Mendev before the world wound. And yet on that day it turned into a labyrinthine house of horrors. Like something only seen in our nightmares. Apologies for the digression. I wanted to tell you about my suspicions. Everything about the incident seems odd. I was the only person left alive, a young boy with a newfound talent for divine magic. Why did nobody send the cannibals for help, even though the agony spanned many hours? We found the demons dead with their heads cut off when we got into the estate. How were they defeated? How did the disease kill even the paladin present at the estate, who are said to be immune to any disease? If the demons have found a way to penetrate the Holy Warrior's defenses, why has this never been repeated since the tragedy at Heaven's Edge? You're the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness of those events is currently surveying your armies. Your army's route will take you near the very site of the tragedy. Heaven's Edge has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years. And only the Count has the power to break that seal. It's not likely to invite an Inquisitor inside, and in any case, he won't like me sniffing around his family seat. But if you, his commander, express your wish to visit the estate, he will be obliged to fulfill it. I will simply follow you as one of the attendants. There are 100 ways, 1,000 paths, and myriad loopholes in human lives that the force of evils can use to their advantage. I'm not sure which one of those led the demons to the gates of Heaven's Edge, but I do know it wasn't a simple raid the kind Crusaders face every day. The incident involved a significantly more powerful entity, and that's why I'm asking for your help. You've already been to the estate several times. What do you expect to find now? I was a young and inexperienced Inquisitor when I first visited Heaven's Edge 10 years ago. My skills have improved significantly since then, and I have paid dearly for that. My arsenal includes many spells and techniques dedicated to gathering information about people and events. Almost all of them require me to be physically present in the place where the event in question happened. So I must return to Heaven's Edge. How can you search the estate yourself without involving me? Because it's sealed. The main reason is that Count Iomedae is not officially under investigation by the Inquisition, so I couldn't just break into his house even if I found a way to bypass the spells. It's a serious matter. A matter that threatens the reputation of the entire Church of Iomedae, and my own organization in particular. We made more than enough unforgivable mistakes during the Third Crusade and are still dealing with the consequences. Your presence will give me legitimacy. Did you question Darren himself? I did, but the Count insisted he couldn't remember anything about the incident due to the severe shock. We saw the demons at the very beginning when they appeared at the celebration to announce the onset of the plague and mock the victims. He also witnessed the death of his mother, Countess Silena. That was all he could tell me. I found the young Count sleeping in like a log on the floor in one of the rear chambers, having drunk about half the family's wine cellar all by himself. So you suspect he's hiding something? That he's to blame for the tragedy? I deliberately refuse to entertain any theories or suspicion that it doesn't affect the investigation. The saying among my colleagues that suspicion is the mother of prejudice, and prejudice is married to failure. I can only tell you that Count Arende'e wasn't suffering from demonic possession, the most common malaise in our country at the time. Lord Holwyn himself examined the body right after the tragedy, and he didn't sense anything Ari in him. I'll help you. What do you need me to do? Thank you, Commander. Now, I ask you to speak with the Count and tell him that you wish to see Heaven's Edge. Please do not inform him of my presence right away. I will escort when it's time to travel the estate. When we get there, I'll also require your help during the investigation. You have to follow me, observing my actions as an independent witness. Sure. Let me ask him about it. Hey, Darren. Heaven's Edge time. I'd love to visit Heaven's Edge and see the Iomedae's estate someday. I wasn't about to mention it myself. I've been thinking, now that I'm in the middle of this whole Crusade nonsense, I simply must devise new ways to have fun. With all the recent commotion, my birthday completely slipped my mind. What if we were to celebrate it at Heaven's Edge? It's not far from here, and you will get to enjoy a banquet on a bona fide haunted house. He seems to trouble getting the words out, which clearly indicates how rarely he has to ask for anything. Since you're my superior and I'm your advisor, I'm obliged to ask your permission to leave for the festivities. And I want to invite you too. I'm sure the commander can free up the afternoon while the soldiers are on leave. Deal. Great. Heaven's Edge has been revealed. Next. The historian. Let's go to our tent. Hey, blacksmith. Nurad Dindy War's tent. Ayo. Hi, Commander, how can I help? There's so much I can do, just ask. You probably heard about the wound I have, the one that sometimes opens on my chest. Can you perhaps tell me if it is some kind of demonic curse? Yes, indeed, I've been told about your affliction. Can you will the wound open? Nah, that's a shame. What can you tell me about the wound? It's difficult to say. I know blades that leave never healing cuts, of poison that stop wounds from healing. I've heard of witches' curses that are rewarded for eternal wounds. But wounds that seem to reopen and heal over and over? Do you know of any other cases like this? In 4671, a Mendavian army corporal had all his bones and cartilage turned to glass. In 4700, a scribe in Tenebris had all her skin simply come away like she'd been boiled. And in 4638, what happened to that insects crawling over you? Locusts? Rats? Too bad. You think it's dangerous? It most likely is dangerous, but you are under the protection of Iomedae, Commander. She granted you mythic power, as they say. Surely the inheritor would not leave you to face this alone. Have you perhaps noticed that the wound opens at moments when you waver in your faith? Perhaps it's triggered by doubt? It seems to be triggered by whenever the mystic powers happen. Tell me about yourself. Oh my. I could tell you so many amazing things and choose the most boring one of all. Alright, about myself then. Where are you from? Niger, a small piece of land that proudly calls itself a country, though it hadn't been independent for a single day in all the centuries it existed. They have a lot of national pride, but all of it is brawled. Always looking for the great days when they can at least be free from the rule of chiliacs. The Ice Ageries love talking about politics. If two of them start bargaining over beats at the markets, you can be sure that they'll end up agreeing about whether an independent Iser will be a monarchy or a republic. I've always found it funny to listen to. And a little disgusting. You see, there are a lot of us halfling in the country. But very few are citizens, most are slave. I was lucky. I've always been clever ever since I was little, so they sent me to school instead of making me do the grunt work. They taught me to count and write, and I was sold as a secretary to Lord Iselar Tresbot. He's the one I have Iser with, never to return I hope. How do you come to serve Queen Galfrey? I was a slave of Lord Iselar Tresbot in Iser, my homeland. What a man he was. He towered over his fellows like a rock over a garbage heap, a true hero. He bought me as a simple secretary, but he made me learn the history of the world wound. All of it, one volume after another. He hired tutors for me, even sent me to meet prominent historians. He didn't want a simple slave, but a slave with an impeccable education. Lord Tresbot was going on a crusade. He firmly believed that the servants of the good gods were weak, and only a follower of Asmodeus could stand against the demon invasion. Okay. He took me along as a secretary, a historian, and most importantly, he instructed me with a recognized his glorious story for generation. In his crusade, Lord Tresbot performed many brave feats, but even he could not stand against the world wound alone. In his final battle with the demons, when my lord realized he was doomed, his final act was to cover my retreat so that I could tell the words of his great deeds. Some people have said that what he did was not heroic, just an arrogant moron puffing himself up one last time. But I say curse these tongues. My difficult journey ended in Mendev when I found my freedom. There I published Lord Tresbot's biography, and I don't want to boast, but who am I kidding? Of course I do. The book sold in great numbers and made me really famous for the time. That's what brought me to the Queen's attention. She invited me to her court. You're not just a historian but a writer too. Will you write books about my crusade? Why not? You worship any deity? Asmodeus? I want to save an Isger. It would be me with a stake to force me into believing in Asmodeus. It means that it was for my own good. Ever since that, I don't like temples. You guys have different gods like Desna or Kaden who teach goodness and freedom. But it's just... As soon as I smell frankincense, I see the slave driver stick. Maybe one day I'll be able to turn a deity without cringing from a bloat for not being reverent enough. She sounds sincere, but you feel that she's holding something back. Maybe she has another reason for not being... for not wanting to tell me something about worship. Tell me the history of the world wound. Tell me about old Sarkoris. Sarkoris. It was an unforgiving country inhabited by numerous tribes of Kaled barbarians. Imagine Numeria, but without the Metal Mountains, or the realms of the Mammoth Lords. But with milder climate, that's Sarkoris. The country was ruled by priests of forgotten deities and shamans. It said that even back then, before the world wound, the boundary between worlds was especially thin in this region. Since ancient time, the Scary had his claws sunk deep in the minds of the locals. His cults thrived here for many centuries. Eoden tried to stamp them out, but in the end, of course, he passed away. How did the world wound came to be? It happened the year Eoden died, 4606. A little over a century ago. We're in 4717, I think, or around about that time. No one knows if the timing was coincidental, or there's some connection with Eoden's death, but I'll tell you what we do know. The priests and shamans who ruled Sarkoris hated arcane magic and all who practiced it. Wizards and sorcerers were driven from the lands, or worse. One of the prisons held a witch named Erlu Vorlesh. We know nothing of her beside her name, and of course the atrocity she committed. By some unknown method, she managed to harness the terrible power of the demon lord Descari. Together they tore open the barrier between worlds, opening a rift to the abyss in the very middle of Sarkoris. The world wound slowly but mercilessly expanded, devouring more and more land. In a matter of years, Sarkoris was a memory. Moment of silence. Then she adds, "Sometimes I think, what did they do to Ireland in that prison? Just imagine, she was ready to give herself to the abyss. If only the demons might devour her tortures along with her. To imagine such hatred. It terrifies me." Tell me about the First Crusade. It began in 4622. It took the church and secular authorities nearly 2 decades and hundreds of thousands of lives before they decided to take action. In the meantime, Sarkoris was only supported by handfuls of volunteers. By the time the crusade began, the demons had already invited Mendev. The crusaders pushed them back in, what must have been seen as a total triumph at the time. The forces of good easily crushing the demons on all fronts. They erected Dresden on the land they conquered, an indestructible fortress and the capital of the Crusader movement. In 4630, 8 years after it began, the First Crusade was declared victorious. The first triumph of the Crusaders, and the last. Thinking of the Second Crusade. In 4638, the world wound suddenly started expanding, and a new wave of demons appeared. The Crusaders were all but delighted. The last time they routed the force of the Abyss, and they welcomed another chance to prove themselves, but this time everything was different. Instead of scattered kings, they faced a large and organized army. Dresden was besieged, and the Crusaders lost all the lands they'd won back before. They had to retreat, and all the remains of Sarkoris was left to the demons. But while the monsters were devouring the unprotected lands, the Crusaders erected a chain of ward stones along the borders with the world wound. We have Iomedae and the Heralds to thank for her help. Well, the Second Crusade's only victory, but it halted the wound's growth. Catastrophe had become a stalemate, at the cost of tremendous sacrifice. How about the Fifth Crusade? About 50 years after opening the world wound, Escari found an ally. Baphomet entered the war, a cunning, insidious demon lord who preferred deception to open conquest. He set his enemies against each other, and lured the virtuous into the path of wickedness. Traitors appeared among the Crusaders, secret agents of his cult. For a time, no one suspected a thing, even as they watched helplessly as the Crusade movement fell to ruin. Where once valor proudly stood, now greed and dumb cruelty reigned, and outrage was drowned in apathy. In 4665, the church announced a new crusade, hoping to boost morale. They didn't succeed, to put it mildly. Some fought the demons in earnest, and for a time they even dared hope to take Dresden. But the Third Crusade would be remembered as a witch hunt, in every sense. Inquisitors hoped to purge any cultists from the ranks of fighters, but instead they got a barrage of denunciations, widespread suspicion, and innocent victims. It sometimes happened that two orders would denounce each other as traitors and wipe each other out. Much to the demons' delight. Just 3 years later, in 4686, the church put a disgrace to an end. Of all the crusades, the one was the least glorious. How about the Fourth Crusade, the one just before last, this one? Of course, the demons had no intention of sitting quietly caged up behind the ward stones. They kept attacking Kennebrys, trying to reach the stone and destroy it. Or just scratch its surface, even if it wasn't possible to befoul it. The Crusaders drove the demon away from the city, again and again. The Fourth Crusade would last for 15 years, and it sustained steady in positional warfare. Demons attacked, they were pushed back. Crusaders on the offensive, but were forced to retreat. Losses were tremendous. The Fourth Crusade's only achievement was that they didn't let a single ward stone fall. Thank you for your answers. My pleasure. And now we have an opportunity. That's why the Fifth Crusade was declared. So what now? Quest time. Building city, the Cold Waters. Visit the Chili Creek. Make it to Dresden. Okay, so that's... Anything else that wants to belong to do it? Okay, well, okay. Anything I have to do in my own tent before we leave? And if yes, here I can rest.
Let's move.
Let's go to the map. Don't I have Crusade management to do? I guess not. Time to exit. Let's see how I can form a nice looking party. Every exit. Lan, Ember, Moljif. We get replaced. We have to go back and rest too. Some people are tired. Cemetery, campsite. Where's Dresden? Ah, yes, let me take level to take. Dresden. Oh. Okay, now control armies on the global map. Winning battles against demon forces provides a number of benefits such as resources, relics, fortification. Enemy armies differ in their strength, which is displayed as a number next to the army's name. You can switch between party management and army command modes by clicking the banners on top of the screen. In army command modes, you can select armies by either using the panel on the left or clicking the figures on the map. To check your party, armies use roads to move around the map. To move, an army must spend a movement point, which can be restored by resting for 1 day. Can I go back to Canabrese? Crusaders Army 1. 100 footmen. Wow. Or there's 2 armies. With a bunch of people. Clerics, archers, footmen. So I'm gonna have to get you guys up here. Can you like merge? Assign general. Can I split the forces? Dismiss. Footmen, lawful good. I can't split the force. We have the max number of armies. Army sizes. Recruit a new general. Costs 500 resources. A magister. A energy 30, 20, 30. Iron Break 12. 2 defense. Increase use of all units in the general's army. So they both have AC boost. Infirmary size. Army size increase. He can have an army size increase and infirmary increase. And power increase. Spells and abilities. Spells. Then get the spells. Defensive training 1, plus 2 bonus to AC per level. Attack formation. Plus 2 bonus to attack, minus 2 penalty to speed. Special for forces. All units receive a bonus to attack and saving throws for this round. Cast Fear, Elemental Protection. Or Scorching Ray, Master of Maneuver. Size of enemy by 1 unit. Spellcraft. Plus 4 bonus to power. Let's take Iron Break Duel. Yes, 500 finance points. Okay. So now, you guys can move to some demon armies. There's a bunch of demon armies. Some have exclamation marks. Because those items. Find the last relic of Crusaders. Or this one. Come on. So when do the points replenish? Morale high. At 0. Banner of Victories. Each victory over a demon adds 4 days to the time the Banner of Victory stays green. Banner of the March of Dresden. Each victory has over a demon army on the road to Dresden and 10 days to the time of the Banner March on Dresden stays green. Each point of morale above 0 increases the growth of trainable units and resource income by 1%. So we have to win. Is the short. Ricard Companion. Sira. Nightingale Grove. Is time passing by? No, it's not. Conundrum unsolved. The enemies are retreating. Pursue them and fight. Pursue. Our first battle. Okay. So, round 1, archers. Okay, turn order in combat. Your army is engaged in battle. The enemy army is displayed on the right and the Crusader army on the left. This is the first time I have army combat in a CRPG. That was played out in turn-based mode. Turn order is displayed on the top of the screens. Move or use melee attacks. Use a range attack if one's available to the unit and there are no enemies near it. That's it. Do I have a range to perform my range attacks? Use an ability at the bottom of the screen. Take over the total defense, boosting his AC for 1 round. Wait. Whenever a unit performs an attack, the damage dealt is calculated as follows. All soldiers in the attacking unit make a damage roll to determine the base damage. Damage multiplier is determined according to the formula. Attacking units attack plus 21 minus target's AC times 0.5. The damage multiplier cannot be less than 0.05. Damage base is multiplied by the damage dealt multiplier, resulting in the total damage dealt. So having higher attack and higher defense can manipulate attack. Let's see, the cultist fighters are next. There's 5 of them, they don't have that much AC. 18 AC. How much attack do we have? 10 AC. Range plus 10. Showbow plus 10. Okay, so they're gonna have some reduction in damage. We dealt 239 damage to cultist fighters. 2 die. Next, the footmen. Let's see, these cultists are the last one. They can move 3 movement points. You can get to here, so let's go here. Clerics, let's see. They're on hands or smite evil. That's paladins, not clerics. All infantry rage, you receive a +1 general level bonus. It's called stratagem. Infantry, sharpshooters, cavalry. Or attack formation. +3 bonus to attack, minus penalty to speed. They didn't use anything, any resources or anything, okay. Next, the archers again. Let's finish off the cultist fighters. Oof! Good damage, good damage. What can he get? He can move pretty far. All the way here. Let's retreat a bit. So he can't even touch us. Ah, they can move and attack, okay. We got 1 death. Murder him. Oof, good damage. Infantry. Infirmary. Oh, so my losses can get replenished in the infirmary if they're not too big? Okay. So I can take some casualties, but just not too much. You defeated your first enemy army and received a number of finance points. You can use these finance points to hire a general for your army. This can be done. You can use your spells and abilities in combat. Gain experience by winning battles at the end of their armies. Each general belongs to one of the 3 classes: fighters, sword and shield, ranger, bow, wizard. Generals cannot be killed. If a general's army is defeated, the general can be reassigned to an army after 3 days. The general's attack and defense are added as a bonus to the attack and AC of all units. Power affects the effectiveness of their abilities and spells. We can be composed of 3 units, but experienced generals can have the Master of Maneuvers feat that can lead armies made up of a larger number of units. The battle results in the victory that the general's infirmary brings back some lost units. And they have a prioritization system. We defeated the band of cultists who had driven the captives from Canabrese and made the ruins of Valhall's Gift the temporary base. Grander's army celebrates its first triumph. Unfortunately, the demon worshipper have killed all the civilians and gathered their belongings into a huge pile in the middle of the camp. Now we have 2 directions to go through. Let's head towards this level 1 demon army. Up. These are retreating. Pursue them and fight. Pursue. Murder time. And now we're out of movement point, by the way. Some Brimorax. More cultist fighters. Oh, they're much beefier this time around. Let's get these. Yeah. Okay. Use an action. Boost. Sharpshooters. And then attack the cultists. Bonk. Next step, these footmen, don't get into rage, please. Range. Go around here. Cultists, clerics, go over here. Spread out. These guys are next, they're not going to be able to get into the fight. Hey, these cultists. Nice. Next up, footmen. Murder these Brimoax. Nice. We can't get into range of the cultist fighters. Get back. He gets into range. 27 damage, that's pathetic. Damn, clerics have full plate. That explains it. Murder these guys, please. Those archers are pretty good. For such a low number, they deal high damage. Please murder these guys. No, murder these guys. Good job. And murder these guys. It's not done. Murder. Please. 18 damage. Yeah, the cultists can take a hit. But they can't... the clerics can take a hit, but they can't really dish it out. Murdered. However, the infantry, they can deal a good amount of damage because there's so many of them. But they can't take a hit. Good to know, good to know. Recruiting units. This new victory has brought you more finance points, which can be used to strengthen your armies. To recruit new units, click the recruit button on the panel on the left at the bottom of the screens. Recruited units appear in Canabrese. Each unit will be available for recruitment at the beginning of each week. Crusaders stumble upon a ground of ragged and exhausted scouts. They set out on a patrol mission deep into the world room, but then when Canabrese was attacked, they found themselves cut off and surrounded by demons. Surviving such hostile conditions was not easy, but the scout spirits remained high and they really joined the commander's forces. Opening, recruit archers. How? How did I do that? Okay. Recruit. Merging and splitting units. If two of your armies stand next to each other on the global map, you can transfer units between them. You can get footmen and archers. 44 archers. That's almost double the size of archers. And some footmen. Wow, 66. That's 1/3. There goes my resources. But we have a bigger army. And Crusader army number 3. Buy resources. Let's see. Finance points. Whatever those are and whatever those are. Use a GP for finance points. You can have 9,000 finance things. And 8,000 thingy-majigs. Can you guys still move? Crusader Army 2? Crusader Army 3, join up. With number 1, you can merge. You have the same amount of... You have the same soldiers. Like, they can't move. Number 1 can still move. Wait. There's Rangers. 7 Rangers. Join Crusader Army 3. What do Rangers do? They're better archers, but there's not many of them. Yep. So we're gonna need a new general over here. The raider maybe? Let's see. The swordsman, spellcraft, cover, dispersal forces. The raider, weakening trap. Activity fix -2 power, penalty to attack for 2 rounds. Hunt. All enemy infantry, range, or cavalry units received penalty to AC and saving throws. This is a siege ability. How about the mage instead? Baroness Gaunter. Plus 2 per damage, heroism, elemental protection. Go. Oof. I can't afford it. Never mind. I guess that'll be general less for now. Back to the other mode. So it takes 24 hours for the armies to get their movement points again. Anyway, we have to go back and rest because people are fatigued. Domain Zealot. Use the ability of your domains as a swift action. That's amazing. Yes. Anyway. Get back inside the camp, please. Up. There's someone on the road. Get ready. Magical anomalies are common in Golarion. So common that the use of the word anomaly itself is questionable. A regular city dweller will encounter a chaotic manifestation of supernatural power at least once in their lifetime. One might naturally assume that the strange sky, the ghostly fire from the wrist, in the ground, the rain of eyeballs, all the world wound is known for, should find some purchase in the mortal mind. But even the most worldly of travelers feel uneasy at its borders. Why? As instinctively, they understand that this place is not merely a magical wasteland, but a wound, an ulcer, through which the world itself bleeds into the abyss. Commander and his army walk up to the high bank of the West Selen River, where it draws near the border of the world wound. The soldiers' feet halt unbidden. The other bank rises a series of cliffs, too regular in shape to have been formed by the wind or water. The sky hangs on their sharp edges and sickening bends, the shade of Mercury on the horizon, rising to dirty rust. It arches above the soldier's head. He regains his familiar azure hue. The soldiers whisper and grumble. Commander feels eyes up on the back of his head. Some more among them, wearing simple armor and unrecognized by anyone, the ruler of Mendev is standing, the queen, and watching the new commander closely. Commander gives a signal to wait and climbs to the highest point along the bank. There he decides to look around. There's a strange movement in the sky. Avoiding a strange phenomenon will hardly be possible. 17, 14. Add the soldiers and boost their morale. Establishing rapport with his troops is yet another battle that the leaders must face. Through the subtle alchemy of words, one can win trust and raise morale, or lose faith and authority. Addressing the army on the border of the world wound, the commander seeks to establish himself as a military leader on this new battleground. His efforts prove fruitful. The soldiers listen dutifully, smiles appearing on their faces. Some of the ranks joke that the demons are growing tired of waiting for them. The army keeps moving. Line of soldiers step whirling beneath the shroud of low black clouds. It's like the world wound has reached out a finger into the lands of Mendev. The gesture seems eerily harmless. But then the clouds come to life, shooting out howling tornadoes, one after another. Tornadoes come from all sides, from ahead, behind, and right above the soldier's head. The power of the elements on one side of the scales. The soldier's faith and inspiration on the other. It's plain to see which is greater. The determined army runs the gauntlet of tornadoes. The struggle lasts over half an hour. But the army only losses a few bags of supplies and a dozen hats whipped up into the sky. After stepping to catch their breath, the soldiers continue on. Their first encounter with the world wound has ended in their favor. Plus 10 morale, 14. That's really high morale. These points is going to give us higher trainable units and 1% more resources. That means I can recruit more units, can I? No, I can't? Okay. Let me go back to camp so we can rest. Let's go. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here to rest. Teleport me, please. We don't need to do any of those thingamajigs. Rest for a cycle.
Your house is so pretty, but I always thought it seemed very cold, no matter the time of year.
Paupers are destined to criticize that which they have never had or will have.
Your pretty house? Okay. The rest took 9 hours. Time to leave. For real this time. We have a bunch of locations to go to. It's the afternoon. Up. Oh, I have something to deal with. Hello. A message for the commander. A knight in simple armor lowers his voice. I'm the queen's bodyguard. Let me tell you she's arrived at the camp incognito as planned. You can find her where the minor knightly orders are camped. Come if you wish to speak with her. I'll come at once. Certainly. The queen incognito. The minor orders. Queen Galfrey. She has her very own marker on the map. Queen's bodyguard and the queen. As promised, I entered the ranks incognito, along with a few bodyguards. I have introduced myself as Kitrain, an old friend of yours. I'm a knight of a minor order, the Green Crows. We shall see how long it takes Anivia to sneak me out. Why did you decide to join the Crusade after all? Because I have a curious mind, I am quite unable to sit and do nothing for long. You ask difficult questions. I must remain as safe as possible. My death or abduction would sow chaos among our forces. However, I'm not only a queen, I'm also a paladin of Iomedae. How many paladins of Iomedae are there in this game? There were no paladins in the last game, well, except for the Shedin order. It's not in my nature to sit in the palace with my sword sheathed. In a manner of speaking, your request was simply a convenient excuse for me to be where I belong. Crusading against the demon hordes. Besides, I'm curious to see my new Knight Commander in action. I have a question for you as well. Do you wish me to join your crusade? I'm glad to have the Girls Crusader Queen at my side. That's a fair enough motive. The camaraderie of combat, fighting shoulder to shoulder. For warriors, such things are precious. May I ask you a personal question? I've learned so much about Queen Galfrey from chronicles and legends. What about the other Queen Galfrey, the one that the historians and bards cannot see? That Galfrey is an old woman, weighed down by a great burden. But she's not lost her passion, and she will make the feather fly when the time comes. Menev is lucky to have such a queen, and I'm twice as lucky, for she has agreed to fight by my side. Strange, you say, agreed to fight by my side, but what I hear is agreed to go on a date with me. Oh. You think that you're the first person that had to charm me with such words? You're not. If you want to impress me, you'll need to do better than that. Doesn't it feel living for so long beyond all natural limits? You're over 100 years old, my queen, aren't you? I'll understand what you ask. We humans share this world with races whose life expectancy is much longer than ours. When I was young, I also used to ask every elf or dwarf I met how it felt to live 100 years. I sure answered thus. The decision to prolong my life was not mine. It was the decision of the Church of Iomedae. The sun orchid elixirs have been paid for by the Church. The priest determined that I was neither in these dark times, both as a ruler and a chosen paladin of Iomedae. I accepted the decision and great responsibility it entails. Why did you entrust me with Darren? I saw such a wonderful opportunity to teach the Count a lesson. I just couldn't resist. Honestly, I expected you to dismiss him forthwith. The Count would have been forced to return to court, a laughing stock. It would have been a truly sobering experience. There is nothing more great disgraceful for a Mendevian nobleman than be discharged like that. Darren Erenday. He was such a lovely child. His mother, Lady Selena, was one of the most gracious people I've never met. She was amiable yet decorous, and truly kind. Bonds of kinship among the nobility are rare and they're wholly practical and only useful for forming alliances. While Countess Erenday managed to become a true member of my family. I suppose that's why I spent so much time believing her son to be a better person than he actually was. His company is a heavy burden. Still, I must admit that I'm quite pleased that you decided to keep him on as a companion. There is a small chance that once he has had a true taste of the Crusade life, the Count will finally cease to mock the Crusaders as cynically as he is wont to do. You've given an army to entitle of Knight Commander to a stranger. Why? Because for 100 years I've protected my lands, trying to drive the demon horde back into the abyss. I've tried every right and rational method. My armies have been led by the greatest generals, even Iomedae's angels. My goddess's herald created a war zone for us. We've tasted victory more than once. We failed to close the world wound. As for you, do not call yourself a stranger. You're the savior of Kenebreeze. Hundreds of its people saw the power that descended upon you and turned the demons to dust. It's the sign that we awaited for decades, a sign for all loyal hearts and followers of Iomedae. The time has come. Hope has been rekindled in the hearts of my subjects, thanks to you. Hope is a priceless resource. I have no choice but to give it its wings. You call it the signs they've been waiting for, but I take it you are reserving judgment. Your question seems to catch the queens off balance. A strange spark flashes in her eyes. When Ioden perished and Iomedae took over his legacy, I was among the first to serve the new goddess. I helped restore the church from the ashes left by the chaos after Ioden's death. Since then, I have served the inheritor loyally and truthfully. I like to believe I've earned the blessing of my goddess. After I learned of what happened in Kenebreeze when I met you at the Defender's Heart, I had so many questions. Is it true that what happened was Iomedae's work? Or she gave you this power to someone unknown rather than one of her most loyal followers? Could be that my faith has gone weak, and I don't recognize the deeds of my goddess even when they're happening right in front of me? Is the goddess somehow tasting me? Those doubts were like poison. But I refused to let them poison me. I gave you an army, declared you Knight Commander, and I accepted you as would anyone chosen by the goddess, so that's why. She thinks I am the goddess's envoy, and is acting like it. I mean, I guess I am, since I'm one of her paladins. Interesting, interesting. Now, let's go back to Kenebreeze, see how things are. Also explore these locations we have to explore. So see if the armies are back to their full amount of army points, movement points. No, they're not. First, the cemetery. for our first cannabis. How is it looking in there? Is it self-destroyed? The northern gates. I can recruit armies. There's nothing to explore apparently. So can I look at the northern gates or am I just stuck here? Yes, enter the location, please. Oh, okay, never mind. We're just leaving. So cannabis is only a place where we recruit people. Up. The cemetery. An elderly man leaps towards the grave, and Clumsy throws a handful of soil inside. How unfair. They were all so young, they had their whole lives ahead of them. They sacrificed themselves, and an old cripple like me still lives. An elderly woman with her face bathed in tears steps up to the grave. She whispers, fainting. It burned like everything else in the house. There's nothing else left for me to remember you by. Nothing. The young man throws a handful of soil into the open grave. It stands beside it for a while, lost in thought. Finally, he sighs and steps back. That's Darren. Or at least looks like Darren. Social throws a handful of soil into the grave in front of him. He takes a deep breath and prepares to speak, but it seems like he simply cannot find the right words. The cleric wipes his tears-filled eyes, gathers resolve, and says in a gentle voice, I wish you a warm welcome in Shillin's realm. You will win this war, I swear to you. We'll banish this ugliness and evil and make the world richer and let peace blossom in it. We'll make sure anything like this... He falls silent, without finishing his declaration. You fought honorably, and remained steadfast in your duty until your final breath. Your deeds will not be forgotten. He stood absorbed in your grief to hear you, but the older mourners aggressively raised their fists into the air, inspired by your words. Glory to the heroes of the Crusade. Never forget. What's that? And everyone shakes in horror, disturbing the atmosphere of silent mourning. Her trembling hand points at something more moving inside the grave. Suddenly, a corpse climbs out of the ground. A corpse climbs out of the ground, wafting a horrible stench from his rotting body. Let the zombie run! Fight off the undead. I can do that. No problem. Oh, that's a lot of undead. I can still do that. Wait, no! They're going after the civilians. Thankfully, we have a cleric with us. And 2 paladins. So, 1 zombie. 2 zombies. 3 zombies. 4 zombies? No, not 4. Yeah, 4. 5. Stripes, go back. Social, attack. Amber move. She's been hit a couple of times. How about... a sleep. Does sleep work on zombies? I wouldn't think it does. Arthur, hold him back. Social, channel some positive energy, please. Up. Got him. With a heavy heart, Social looks at the corpse of his friends, returned to rest by his own hands. What is this twisted mockery? Who could possibly... Wait, what's this? He bends down and recovers something from the ground. Take a look at this. Social hands off a black onyx gem to you. Once precious, the stone is now covered in cracks, falling apart in your grip as you examine the engraved Manito's head. The unholy symbol of Baphomet. Cleric's voice, perplexed at first, fills with rage as he speaks. Cultists. Simply murdering my friends was not enough for them. They come to the funeral and desecrate their graves. Looks like some of the townspeople were only feigning their grief. These demon worshippers are everywhere. Now I understand why the Inquisitor of Cannabis became so paranoid. Wait, the townspeople fled the undead without knowing there were a traitor among them. Wherever they are, they're in great danger. We must find them. Let's try. Also, we have to heal first. Masterwork Scimitar. This is scimitars. Some nice loot. Yoink, 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 yoink. Time to heal. You have 6 or 7 positive energy channeling. That's good. There we go. Let's try to explore the grave site, the cemetery. But that's the exit. So they just fled deeper into the cemetery. It's not too big of a map. Open this damn door, please. Somebody open the door. Wolf, Jiff.
My tail is restless.
Don't use Legion Domain, please. Okay, you're not. Open, please.
You ask me.
You failed. Good job. You rolled a 2.
This is my kind of work.
You can just retry. Okay. The half-rotten corpse of a woman shambles out of the crypt. She leers at me with her empty eye socket and quotes a few words. Thank the gods and thank you. I knew it was going to happen someday. They buried me alive. Who are you? Your inestimable lord at your service. The dead woman bobs a clumsy curtsy, her leg barely supporting her. My cell is not too far from here. Let me assure you that all you are always welcome there, assuming you are properly attired. I hate to break it to you, but you're actually dead. How dare you? What utter foolishness. Do I look like a corpse to you? Yeah, you do. The dead baroness wags her finger at you and chases at any minute, but cuts herself short. Staring at her horned hand in horror. What? How? This simply cannot be. I shan't permit it. I bet it's too. I'm truly sorry. This graveyard was desecrated by a necromancer. It seems he disturbed your rest as well. So I died, but even in death, the accursed servant of the abyss torment me. Can nothing be done? Perhaps you could lay me to rest. I could enjoy my life in this world, but now there's no place for me here. How do you awaken? Do you remember anything? Allow me a moment to think. Seems like it, yes. I awoke because I heard a voice. They were reciting poetry, or a prayer, perhaps. I suppose those were spells, then. Would you like to pass along any words of comfort to your friends or family while you're here? A good-for-nothing band of hangers-on? Most certainly not. Spare us both the indignity and embarrassment. You see, I would still be in the company of those I truly care for were it not for your discourteous sorcerer and his parlor tricks. Rest in peace. Thank you. You feel free to take my burial jewelry. Those pieces are dreadfully out of fashion where I'm going anyway. Thank you. So, did I take it? Golden chain with diamonds. Sure. Ah, the civilians got.
Did we find trouble? No.
A single zombie lord? We just killed like 20... critical hit. What horror, I can barely catch my breath. Thank you. Please into the building. Can we go into the building? No? Where's the traitor then? Zombie lords. Murder time.
You won't fall here. I swear it.
Arthur, go over there.
We won't falter.
Soriel, channel some energy, please. Nice. Got him. Soriel's moving. Wait, looks like they were waiting for us. The civilians? The traitor? He's pointing at something. A barricade. And undead. Oh, okay. The undead are waiting for us. This is a whole squad of undead guarding the door. Maybe we should look for another entrance. Can't we just take them on? There's like 5 of them. I guess we can try. Up. Time to loot all these zombie lords. So the zombies are damaging our priest quite badly. Yes, 15 AC. How come we have a bunch more AC than he does? Ah, because we have better armor, that's why. Do they have any armor? Do they have a shield? We don't have any armor at all. Yep. Let's loot. Try to find some armor for him. A bunch of loot. Okay.
My will is resolute.
Do you have any cure wounds with you? Prepared? But you can transform these spells into cures. Nice. Wow, so we can really cast spells quickly. Oh. Let's try the athletics check. Quick save. Athletics 16. Go, Leon, help us.
The mongrel did it.
Good job. Athletics 15 now. Go, Oljif. The horse is tricking us. Oljif. Is this the mimic? What's happening? Oh, we're kind of bugged. Is what's happening.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Bunch of stuff. Thanks. Athletics 15. to climb a ladder.
Lan, you're so awesome, Lan.
Next up. Game auto saved. Some citizens. Who are you? What do you want? All you have to do is die in the name of Baphomet. Have faith you can do it. No. Don't you dare. Get away from them. He got hit. Okay. And now what? You got 2. Good job. Killing machine. Look at that. A real battle cleric. So what now? This is the end of your blasphemous magic. I won't let you harm the living or the dead anymore. Okay. I mean, I agree with that. I'm not gonna spare him, I think. Do you think I need your permission? Hey, you bone bags, stand up and kill. Nah. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Wow. 1 dude. 4 dudes. Any more? No?
Did we step on their toes
Okay,
as well?
first, target the necromancer.
Stab you or zap you.
Oljif, give us a pit, please. Give us a web instead. That's good. Amber. Give us a scorching ray on this guy. You. Any good spells? Prayer is good. Wait, never mind. It's not. Arrow of Law, Protection from Alignment, Evil. Just use the Protection from Alignment. Protection from Evil, that's good. Next up, you guys are gonna rush in. Lan. Give us a... Perfect Strike. I think that's good. We got the Necromancer. He's dead. No need for webs, Oljif. Instead, give us a... Give us some sneak attacks.
Distract them from me.
Guys, please target the right people. Okay, these guys. Don't let Ember fall. Good job. We win. Ember down though. I surrender, stop. I give up. Don't hit me. He throws his hands up in a dramatic gesture. You damn rat, how dare you? Suddenly Social becomes a totally different person. The artist's delicate hands clench into a fist, while his voice comes out as a menacing roar. He leaps at the necromancer and breaks his nose with a single blow. You scumbag, I remember you. You came to our temple begging for healing just a month ago. We fed you, we shared our table with you, and took you in, then you... I don't even know what I'm going to do to you. Stop it, I surrender. You're... Sorrel ignores the necromancer's cries of pain, pushing him right in the cheek. You're a piece of shit, I surrender, so you have to spare my life. Your goddess demands it. Is he telling the truth? Your religion doesn't allow you to kill him? Don't lose your powers on this guy's account. I can take care of it. Yes, the Eternal Rose is known for your grace. It teaches us to show mercy to anyone who asks for it. It's one thing to slay an enemy in a battle by the captive. You must try to save their soul, to show them the beauty of the world. Persuade them to abandon the path of evil. It's difficult, but the world is better for it. I'm just repeating your own sermon back to you. Come on, Social, try to make me repent my sin. Perhaps your kind words will make me abandon Baphomet's teachings. Run to Shilin for redemption, and start making some masterpiece on my own. Do you really believe even this scum deserves a chance at redemption? I don't know. May Shilin forgive me, but I have never had to struggle with this burden before. I had no time to try healing the souls of villains. I was always preoccupied with healing the bodies of those hurt by them. Forgive me, Eternal Rose. You teach us to be merciful to our enemies and love them, but I am too weak, I'm afraid. Grant me absolution for this sin, for this kind of love is beyond me. Well, this is your religion, dude. Stop, Social. It's not worth breaking your goddess's vows because of filth like him. He looks at the back of Necromancer's face, and his bloodied hands in disgust. He slowly lowers and unclenches his fists. Thank you for stopping me. I almost broke my vows because of this. I had absolutely no idea there was so much rage in me. It's a shame. A disgrace. But I must admit that I enjoy beating him. Forgive me for letting you see me like this. It should never have happened. You're the commander, and he's your captive. It's up to you to decide his fate. I surrender. Here, take everything I've got. Just don't kill me. I will send a messenger with orders to imprison the cultist. His deeds will be punished to the fullest extent of the law. Yes, that's the right thing to do. Thank you. Hopefully that's just an euphemism for a death sentence. It's alright, you're safe now. We should bury the bodies again. This is a place of peace, we must not leave it desecrated like this. The townsfolk are clearly terrified of even looking at the fallen undead, but Social's soft words reassured them. As they work together, the graveyard soon regains its tranquil appearance. May the Eternal Rose grant them peace at last. Let's be on our way. We have many more innocents to protect from the horrors of this war. First, we need to heal Ember.
The goddess protects us.
Give us some healing, please. Okay. Wait, you can't transform these spells into healing? Yeah, you can. Go. Cure a serious wound, again. Thank you. Time to leave. That's the wrong direction. Over here, please. Next, the camp of the barrel guys. The wine guys. Anything to loot? Yeah, a couple of things. Some chain shirt. Composite longbow. Yep. Leave time. I could just destroy uncollected loot. Maybe spare the game some lagging later on. The Hound Heart campsite. 7 hours of travels. Whew. So where's this corruption that we heard about last time around? Everybody's fatigued already. Let's go to the campsite, we'll go back to camp, rest, and I'll end the stream there. The primitive altar. Okay, so travel on the map is taking quite a long time. So we have to search for clues of what again? Why are we here? Let's see. Companion quest. They want to visit the camp to find the ring. Ah, because he wants to marry his sweetheart or something.
Onwards.
The knight. We're finally here. Eden and Kill must be around here somewhere, and Jenna too, if they gave her permission to leave. There they are. Did you find the ring yet? Are there demons left here? Cultists maybe? Eden the Houndheart. Greetings, Sila, and greetings to you, Knight Commander. Sir Eden puts his hand behind his back and bows slightly. He casts an inquisitive glance at you. He seems less friendly than he was the day you met at the Defender's Heart, because I'm his commander. Then puts her hands on her hips. She looks even more dashing than usual. Eden is feeling a little shy. He asked help for a couple of nobodies like us, but now you've turned to the savior of Cannabis, Knight of the Fifth Command Crusade, marked by Iomedae's blessing. You still came to help him dig out this pile of junk. Dig through a pile of junk. Let's not talk about this. I assure you, I'm the same Sila, your friend from the League of the Cart. We came here to help you look for Elaine's ring. By the way, where's Curl? You come with us. The old wound was acting up. Alright, my friends. Since we're here, let's finish my mission quickly. We're glad we're here to help you, Elaine. Everything works out perfectly for your weddings too. I love weddings so much, they're full of joy and new beginnings. But I haven't been to any yet. Can I come? Of course, Lady Ember. I told my bride doesn't run away from the bungler who managed to lose the ring he brought for her. What did the ring look like and where should we look for it? The last time I saw the ring was with my things in my traveling chest. The camp's in total disarray. I don't know how I will ever find it. The ring is made of a shiny silver metal with a deep blue-green jewel. You can't miss it. Master Derek is not just a jeweler, but he's an artist. That's no mistaking one of his creations. I think it worth several months' pay, Elin. The rules on the surface are insane. You should give your girls pride the rest like we do. You save yourself a lot of trouble. Is there something wrong, Elin? Am I making you nervous? I apologize. Jana is right. Much has changed since we met in Cannabis. Some things for the better, but not at all. He stopped short, apparently unwilling to elaborate. Off we go. They're looking at the northern side. I guess we can take the southern side. Okay, let me get the camera all situated. So what's happening with our formation? Why is Ember at the front? Sila at the front, Ember at the back, horse in the middle. As it should be. Up. A bunch of deers. Okay, another deer. An area exit. Some stuff.
Something over
More
there.
stuff. Yoink. It's going to be the Perception City. Bunch of checks to make. Knowledge World.
This was simple enough.
Conflict of the Hound Hearts, a small but noble order of crusaders, with not that many members. Quite an exclusive club, apparently. Yoink. Loot all the things. A minted shard of a ring. That's for the storyteller, I think. Oh, the artifacts we need to show him. I think we got it. Oh, a demon. Hey, demon. A small quasi-demon emerges from the chest. It looks at you angrily, screwing up its googly little faces. It's holding a shiny object in its palm, a sparkling silver ring with a large blue-green jewel. It's mine! Mine! Here, look at that creepy thing. What's it holding? I've never those before. These small demons like to tease and bully, but kill both if it senses any real threat. Let's surround it and attack all together before you can figure out what's happening. Nice job. Don't let him escape. Come on. Sprint into action. Do something. Mine! He crosses through his paws in the air and splashes through its beams of color. You're instantly giggling. The demon is jumping up and down, throwing the ring into the air and catching it. Mine! Mine! Elan, Jalan. They're alright. They'll come around soon. Quickly, Arthur. Let's catch this little rascal before it runs off with the ring. Let's follow him. There he is. Mine! It's mine! You can't catch me, silly weak humans! We have to attack him? Or just follow him?
Let's move.
Let's try to just follow him. Come and get me. You're too slow. It's fun to play. Yay! And we're back here. What's happened to our weapon? Is it blessed? Is it bugged? What's happening? Uh-oh. Please, no. Not like this. Look at that, they're back up, but they're not doing anything. Uh-oh. Give me the ring, you scoundrel. Is that... girl? Before Eden managed to get to the quasi, the halfling girl appears right next to it, quite out of nowhere. He snatches the ring from the demon's paw. You mustn't get it. Nerl, what are you... Gonna teleport now? Nice job. So what now? Elin, stop! Have you gone mad? He's using a summoning spell. Why did you stop?
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Such lovely prey has just stepped into my trap. Did Curl betray us? No, Silan. Silan, help! Damn it! I didn't sign up for this. Hey, you're an Aldori. Come back. Do your job. We're on our own now. See that? Get him.
No glory
And heal yourself.
risk.
Lon, get this guy.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
So CL, get this guy.
Fall.
You guys
You can do
gang up on him.
Time to share your treasures.
Amber, use a Scorching Ray on the Quasit. Nice sneak attack damage on myself. Let me use them lay on hands. Again. Nice Ray. Give us another one, please. This guy. Please attack.
Into the fray.
Nice Scorching Ray. And we got him. Yeah, what were you doing? You nearly cut down Curl without a second thought, without trial, without even knowing if he was responsible for all of this. Might be a victim himself. What am I doing? He lured us into a trap. Curl was the only one who knew where we were going. He knew we would thought there wouldn't be anyone at the camp besides some small harmless demons. So we set a trap. I wouldn't be surprised if his demon masters had been targeting the commander from the start. Talk about believing in the redemption of scoundrels. You barely know anything about what happened. Curl is a good lad. He's not a spy or a murderer. Maybe they threatened him, tricked him, or even bewitched him with demon magic. And now we'll never know because you let him escape. Why did the thief escape and cut down an innocent? Eden, think. She was defending someone she thought was her friend, and she stopped you from doing something you might regret. I don't need a shepherd to light up my path and save me from regrets. Can you say the same, Sila? Or you, Commander? If you have something to say, go ahead then, spit it out. Sila, I didn't want to say this, but I think you as my friend, so I'm going to warn you. After what happened at the Great Garrison, you're in serious danger, maybe not just you. You might like to ignore military hierarchies and the rules of 90 orders, but there's wisdom in them that has stood the test of time. A soldier rises from a private to an officer, a knight begins as a squire. Even Iomedae's paladins gain their abilities gradually. But not with you and the commander. You were granted incredible powers, far surpassing seasoned paladins with experience and skill far beyond your years. You received this gift at just the right moment and saved a lot of lives across Mendev. It's a great deed that will be remembered for ages to come. What happened next was wrong. They began to worship you. The Queen gave you such vast power. And while you sidestep everything, training, experience, hardship, this is not the first time Her Majesty has behaved rashly, and much good has this brought Grand Mendev. I'm frightened at what I see, especially by the way you, Sela, trust people so easily and leap into adventures without looking. One day, you'll lure your swords when you should have driven the blade home. Just like thousands of bright-eyed youngsters will after you. I'm going to tell you the same thing, Commander. You're right to an extent, Elan. But I didn't choose my lot, and I'm just trying to fulfill my duty as best I can. I apologize for my harsh words. I said to Sela and I'll say it again. This wasn't a report but a warning. The power you've been given, it may be your undoing, and the undoing of all the Crusaders along with you. Don't be afraid of what's new and unknown. We just need to bear in mind our responsibilities. Whatever was given to us, we can use it for good. In any case, forgive me for wasting your time and subjecting you to a danger here. Now at least we know that the Curl is a traitor and Janna is a coward ready to abandon their friends when the going gets rough. I hope we all learn our lesson from these mistakes. That's what that blasted ring, to hell with it. Kenna won't love me solely for the gifts I bring her. He makes nothing to conceal his disappointment. Nodding goodbye, he lowers his head and walks away. Everything's become very complicated all of a sudden. Please, Archer, let's go back. I'll talk to you about it later. I have a lot to think about. Understood. I have not used my newfound angel powers. Those can use this ability 3 times per day. Okay, so I'm gonna go back, rest. It's going to be a new day, so I could have used this ray. It's a ray, right? A regular long spear. Let me see, is that a ray or is this just a magical attack? A ray. No, a ranged touch attack. Heals allies for a bunch. I can use it for healing. Nobody needs healing. How about the horse? He doesn't need healing, but he can level up. Next. Give these up. Thank you. Mounted combat. That's fine. Don't show me this tutorial anymore. Thank you. Time to loot. Mobility 20 DC. First, let's loot all the camp before we do some DCs. The ground is trampled, there are signs of battle everywhere. The Houndlords were clearly attacked by demons here. The net has been cut open from the inside. The knights apparently left in a hurry. The inside, huh? Hat of heartening song. This is for bards. We don't have bards in our party yet. Or singing companions, or whatever. It's simply different from the rest. There's a strong burnt smell around it, and the rustling sound comes from within. Check the tent. Survivors, maybe.
Yet another obstacle.
Ah, demons. Every our AC person is at the front right now. Let's use some smites. Smite him. After getting... Ooh, some fireballs. Careful. Ouch. Use the ray. I think we just missed. Miss. Attack bonus +1. Because it's a range attack. Okay, so we're gonna have some difficulties hitting with this. But it is a touch attack, so AC isn't going to be particularly helping these guys. Time to loot. Take the luck. Woljif.
This is my kind of work.
Thanks. Time to heal too. Let me use the heaven thing.
I can't cast it like that.
Cast it then. And to the horse. Nice. Use some lay on hands on yourself.
Together we stand.
Good. And Soziel. You really need better armor. For yourself. Nice quick casting. Let's use the mobility check. Thanks, Stripe.
Can't hide from me.
A dead paladin with the enchanted heavy shield. What kind of heavy shield? The Divine Protector. Hey. See that? You got it. Divine Protector is a metal heavy shield +2. It gives damage resistance as a bonus. Okay, sure. Get back up. I think in the last game, the Divine Protector used to give us smites, right? Or it was the armor, the plate armor. The blessed plate armor. Anyway, time to leave this area. Go back to camp, rest. I split with Sila, and I'll end the stream there. A bit on the shorter side, but I feel like the tutorials have led me a lot to learn. And also, you know, short is kind of relative at right this moment. We're getting exhausted. Come on, get to the camp. Yes. So where's Sila? As the Crusader, as the theater troupe. She's here. With her horse. Yo. It's good to see you. Get this. Janna, the one running away when she was attacked by demons, never went back to her unit. She was seen running towards Numeria. Looks like she deserted. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. Or not the only thing. Since our raid on the Houndar's camp, I've had the sinking feeling that I made a mistake. Looking into this, I mean. I should have known that a raid along the edge of the world would be so easy. But mostly, I was wrong about a lot of people. About Janna, who lost her nerves and abandoned her friends. About Curl. I knew she was a thief, but I really thought he turned over a new leaf and deserved a little compassion and trust. And Elan. Elan? I thought we were kindred spirits, friends to thick and thin. I'd like to say I was wrong about him too. Don't lose your trust in people, Sila. So what if you made a few mistakes? There's no reason to give up on your ideals. Somebody has to show people that there's a better path. Thank you, my friend. I needed that support. Thank you for listening to my grumbling and for helping me get to the bottom of this. I'm not going to leave things as they stand. If I get a chance, I'll track down Janna and see if I can talk some sense into her. I felt why Curl did what he did. I can't stop thinking about what Elan told me in the end. I really have become more powerful than paladins who are far more experienced and selfless than me. There's something not right about it. A servant of Iomedae should gain powers to dedicated personal effort. It's the only way to make sure that I use their power for good. Our journey so far, it's all wrong. And it means I need to be 3 times as hard on myself now. Okay. Good talk. We got some XP. Halfway to level 7 already. We've barely done anything away from this camp. 8 garms. Let me just sell you some stuff. A bunch of masterwork scimitars. Up. Thank you. Deal. How are things at the camp? We have high morale right now. What do you praise? Everything's fine. We're well supplied, nobody's going hungry and the sick. Well, we can't run the mini campaign without somebody getting sick. We're not taking up any more beds than usual, except we're having a little problem with the soldiers' gears. The army has a standard that dictates who gets what. So the standard is only good for fighting around Kinebreeze. Needless to say, the conditions inside the World Wound are completely different. The scouts have been complaining. The local vegetation is like razor blade, they say, and it's slashing the soles of their boots to ribbons. Their clothes might protect them from the cold, but they're useless against acid, snow, or caustic mist. The scouts are missing plenty of vital gear. A coil of rope is a simple thing, but there's not even enough to go around, can you imagine? How are they supposed to scale mountains with no ropes? So I've been thinking, what if we issue them different equipment, the scouts at least? If it boosts any roads, that won't be enough. Put the scouts on horses. That's good. Provide everything they need. Now that you mention it, horses are faster and can carry plenty. I'll see to it, Commander. We need to write to Kinebreeze and ask for experienced mounted scouts. We're getting ourselves a cavalry. Yay. Yeah, Blake, I secured the Eagles things. I've talked to Darren about the estate. He's going to celebrate his birthday at Heaven's Edge, so we can go there as guests. A celebration is far from ideal. It would be rather inconvenient for me to conduct the investigation with all the guests around. Thank you nonetheless, Commander. You have to make do. Time to rest. Yo. Why are you just the only one staying here in my tent, by the way? Rest for 1 round?
I don't get you, mongrels. Why sit underground waiting and waiting when you can just go outside and get it over with?
The world just isn't ready for our kind of beauty yet. I'm the first emissary of the people who are gonna make the Azamars look positively homely.
Nice. 9 hours. Let me see if I can do some army management before I end the stream. Didn't it say that every week or every day I could recruit new soldiers? Because now's the time to do a recruitment drive. Okay, my army is back. Can I recruit more people? No. How many armies do we have? Let's see, this is a cavalry, mounted scouts. Some scimitars, high movement, some hit points. They don't travel any further than the other armies. Army number 2. Army number 3. Let's combine the footmen and the archers to the first army. You can take the rangers. It'll be a bit of an underpowered army for now. Move up. Combine. They can't surpass 200 footmen. Okay. Go back. Merge. Keeps the footmen with you. Cavalry, rangers, footmen. So, we go and take on these armies. A bunch of bloatflies. A lair. Maybe we shouldn't. Not yet. This counts as a level 4 army. I guess we can go there. Let's try. Pursue them, please. Some more bloatflies, again. Archers. Get these guys. Nice. They get another turn for some reason. High morale enables the archers to attack again. Overpowered. These guys are dead. Up. Infantry, murder. Nice. Clerics, murder. Nice. Ouch, we got 2 down. They're not even down by any single unit. Finish them up. Thanks. And finish them up. Thank you. Nice. Our infirmary can hold, what, 150 people? Yep. That's good. Good. I think we can take on the level 4 army. Crusader morale. The morale increases resource income and the number of troops available for recruitment. While indicator morale decreases the numbers. Not morale banners. While special conditions are met, the banner remains green and increases morale by 1 per day. If the special conditions are not met, they turn 0 for 3 days. But still increase morale by 1 per day. Then the banner turns red and decreases morale by 3 per day. The victory stays green while you defeat demon armies. Each victory over a demon adds 4 days. So now we have a bunch of days. We have March on Dresden stays green while you defeat demon's army on the road to Dresden. Each victory over a demon army on the road to Dresden adds 10 days. We need combat morale. Each unit has its own combat morale, the stopping value of which depends on the Crusade morale. The combat morale grants a unit a chance to perform another action on the same turn, while positive or negative will have a chance to panic and flee. Instead of an old battle between Crusaders and demons is still strewn with thousands of corpses. The stench of death hangs thick in the air, while the survivors lurch around the battlefield looting anything they can. The dead, after all, won't need trinkets and keepsakes anytime soon. Let's go for the big army. It's loading. We're gonna have to use our general powers. Okay, so they can hover over these obstacles. We're gonna get overrun, is what I mean. Learning. Special forces and infantry. Attack and saving throws for 3 rounds. How about this? Attack formation. They gain attack and speed. And now I can't use this. No, I can't. Archers. Can these guys move over their own? Yeah, they can move over their own units. It's the archers that we need to protect. Let's advance these guys up. Reason they won't move. Okay. We're gonna take some losses now. Ouch. Ouch. My infirmary is fitting. Ouch. Finally, they're gonna attack the clerics. Next, archers. Let's see, 6 to 9, 6 to 9, 6 to 9. Infantry, the support of forces. Thanks. Time to murder some giant flies. Ah, you can melee attack. Up, let's gang up on these guys. Now we're not gonna okay. This is not a good fight. We're gonna lose this one. Infirmary's full. Ouch. Ouch. Attack. There goes one of their units. Cleric time. Murder. Gets another attack. Murder. Ouch. 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 We pretty much lost the main force of our army. Murder. Ouch. 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 Murder. Yay. Murder. Yay. Murder. Yay. Ouch. Okay, this is not going well. Nope. 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 This is... how long ago was that? I'm not sure. Ouch. Archers, murder. Good job. Infantry, you're almost dead. Completely dead. Clerics, murder. Yay. Ouch. And me for failing the battle by crashing the game. Which I guess is good enough to punish my hubris. Thinking I was good enough to take on an army of the same level. Why? No, you need to overpower your enemies. Have twice the army size. And then maybe you can try to take them on. So anyway, I'm gonna just restart the game. We'll do some more army maneuvers, but this time we're gonna avoid the big old army. The big bloatfly army. Come back once we're higher level. Maybe if you have more units in the same group, things will be better. Up. Let's see, are we back on YouTube? Yep, we are. Yay. I didn't even check. I was just operating on pure faith. I mean, from my point of view, it was a short little mini crash. But continue. Wasn't that bad. So I learned my lesson. First, don't lose in battle, because the game might crash. Second, oh dang it, we're back here. Can I retreat? Can I play better? Somehow? Retreat. On retreating, your army will lose 60%, 67% of soldiers in your advance to the nearest garrison. Battle will be lost. Please don't crash. Come on. Just go back to the previous battle. The one where I could win. Yeah, this one. See, much better odds. Target these guys. Nice. Soldiers, murder them. Thank you. Cleric, block their path and tank some damage, please. Anyway, we're going to be able to handle this. Our infirmary won't be filled. Finish them off, archers. Good job. Footman, murder. Cleric, weaken. Thank you. It gets another turn. Murder again. Thank you, high morale. Ouchies. And we win. Yay. Look at that. Amazing. I guess I should have seen this coming, that fighting these two Bloodfly's army was our highest casualty rates. Yeah, morale, I know how this works. Thanks. 1059 points. Let's head back. And up. There's an army or a fortification. Let's see, we're going towards Dresden. Over there. Should I go for the armies or the fortification first? Let's go for the army first. Pursue them. They might be able to reinforce the fortification if we march onto it. Some footmen and archers. Go for the archers first. Oof. Please. The footmen, they won't be able to reach us this time. We can attack again. Up. He's gonna be able to get hit though. Ouch. Murder. Bonk. Bonk. Ouchies. And finish him, please. Thank you. Up. Almost done. Yeah, those footmen can take a lot of damage. But they can't really dish it out if they get heavily wounded. Nice. Yay. We've replenished all of our houses. The Crusaders duly punished a group of mercenaries who had become enticed by demonic gold and turned their blades against their former allies. Those who reject the blessing of the benevolent gods and succumb to the temptation of sin deserve death, and death they got. Justice has been served, and the clerics feel that the gods are satisfied with the outcome. 5 energy point. Continue along the path. Go for the level 2 demon army. The carcass of an unknown creature. Ah, they're not fleeing, I think. Let's see, we have cultist fighters, footmen, and archers. Well, archers first. Nice. Ouch. Dang, 15 death. Yeah, 15 death, and we have 75 infirmary size already. Let's see, they won't be able to reach us this time. Neither will they. Go in advance. Clerics, advance. He's gonna do something dumb. Ah, they have a general on their side. Ouch. Retaliate, please. Thanks. Anything for you, cleric? Nice. He's doing nothing. Good job, guys. Ouchies. Murder them, please. Careful, cleric. Target the footman, please. Thanks. Ouch. Nice. Now you go for the cleric, please. Because they can take a hit. Ouch. 2 death. Murder. Nice. We can't reach it just now. Oh, no, we can. Thank you, double action. You murder them. Nice. Ouch. Infirmary is full. We might have some losses. Please finish them off. Nice. But can you lay on hands yourself? Ouchies. Let's delay. Delay. How do you lay on hands yourself? Lay on hands. Restores HP to the target unit. Has a heal effect. Empties the infirmary. Good. Well, smite evil too. And then attack. Much better. Ouchies. Murder them. Nice. Tactics. And she's leveled up. We replenished all of our losses. Good. Due to the enemy side, the cannibals are dead. Neuroscience expresses the deepest gratitude to the commander. 100 finance points. Daily finance points. That's all for the armies. Again, level up the general. Crushing offense. Bonus 1 attack to 1 bonus to attack per level. Infirmary increased by 7%, that's pretty good. All infantry units have plus 2 bonus to AC, attack and damage. That's amazing. Guaranteed ability penetrating strike. Target unit ignores up to 3 points of damage reduction for 3 rounds. Did you get it? I guess I'll never know. On our side, we'll have to move up the road, catch up to the armies. Get to these places. There's a demon army. There's some armies, the regular armies. Crusader armies. I have a level 4 army and a level 1 army. Okay. Can I recruit anybody? No, is the answer. Yeah, 5 stuff. 5 stuffs. Okay. Anyway, that'll be all for today. Have a good day or night. And see you next time. Goodbye. Boop.